Hey, how's everybody doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We're coming so close to the end of the year. Can you believe it? In a really crazy time right now. So, who wants to come out and play today? Gonna wait to see who jumps on. My child is on. Hello, Grace. How are you? Hello, Claire. How are you? Just waiting for some people to jump on. Hello, D. Hoffren. Claire, ask me a question. I'm going to let you guys ask questions. And you can ask any question you want. Hey, Kat, did you get the video I sent you? It was a good one, wasn't it? Well, I have a message for you, but you want your message first, and then I will let you ask the question. Oh, hell, thank you, Gracie Lee, my child. That's so sweet of you. Let me tell you something. Ziggy, when will I find a job? Okay. All right. So we're going to go through this. I got to tell you something amazing that's happening. So I do miss the East Coast. I'm not going to lie. I miss Jersey. I really am. I am an East Coast girl. I'm a Jersey girl, and I'm haunting Southern California. But it barely ever rains in Cali. I mean, it's rare. I mean, our weather is gorgeous here. Don't get it twisted. The weather here is amazing year round. And our humidity isn't as bad as on the East Coast. It's just the East Coast. It's just a different culture. Like today, so we're going to do a little storytelling and then we're going to get to business. But I have to tell you, like I love to cook and I'm Italian. So I was looking for, cause I'm making a pistachio crusted, salmon with Italian green olives. Okay. So I usually like to get what I make fresh. So I'm a bit of a brat. I'm not going to lie. I like making things homemade. And I enjoy cooking. It's it's stress release for me. So I had to go to 3 separate stores in California to find freaking olives. Usually, like on the East Coast, you go into a store. I mean, you have antipasto, you have olives, different types of olives, like Greek, stuff for people who make Greek food and Italian food. Really, I mean, on the East Coast, we got it going on. You come on the West Coast, even our fish on the East Coast is better than on the West Coast. It's crazy. Like you would think that, in the Pacific, the fish would be amazing. Oh, hell no, it's not. This is like, cause I had to go to 3 separate stores. I didn't have this time to drive to the specialty store, to the specialty Italian, place. And, they're limited in what they have. So, so I'm looking for olives. So I go to, there's these 2 young, surfer guys. And I go, do you guys have like olives, like antipasto, like fresh olives, like Greek olives, Italian olives, the mixture? And they go, if we had it, it would be in that little square over there. And I'm looking, I'm like, that's where all your Greek and Italian stuff is? And they go, yep. And I already looked there. I said, it's not there. They go try aisle 10. So I'm going and I'm just so disappointed because the West Coast is missing out on stuff. Like here we have a lot of, Mexican food, Spanish food and things like that. But even sushi on the East Coast is so much better. Oh my God. Like I don't get it. It's just like we got the food thing going on. Okay. I saw that, Ash. So, and then I'll never forget when I first moved to California. I was making, because you have Italian sauce and you have Italian gravy. Italian gravy, like everybody gets confused on, is it sauce or is it gravy? You have marinara sauce and sauce. Now, usually if an Italian, like my grandparents were good, they had sauce and they had gravy. Gravy was when you fried up like, the neck bone and you put the sausage in there and the meatball, when you put the different meats in and you cooked it all day, because that made it like a gravy with all the meat in it. So I came here, I went everywhere looking for neck bone because it adds amazing flavor. Hello, Jackson. Amazing flavor. Nobody had neck bones. They had pickled neck bones, but you can't put a pickled neck bone into Italian sauce or gravy. It just doesn't work. So it's just amazing the difference in culture in our own country. What areas of the country have different types of food and what they specialize in. But if you're a girl from the East Coast and you're Italian and you like to cook, you're going to a couple stores to find what you need. I miss you, Jackson. So that's story number one. Story number two, which I could see you all feel terrible for me. Plus, I don't get it. You can't find pastina anywhere either. Pastina is amazing. Okay. Now, the other thing is it never rains here. Okay. It's raining today. It's like raining all week. And it's like I went out. It's not that Jersey, New York rain in the fall like you get in November. But hi, Becky. It is that October, end of October rain in Southern California today, which is really neat. Oh my goodness, really? Set an alarm so you wouldn't miss tonight. Okay, so Jackson, I'm going to get to you. Ziggy, I'm going to do you, but I have to do, and then I am going to get to you, Ash, because I know you have to do that. Okay, hold on. I'm going up. I'm going up. I'm going up. I'm going up. Hold on. I have to see who's on here. Okay. Are you here still? Did you survive? Yes. Did you survive? Now, you don't have to. You can turn me down. I'm not going. It's just easier for me to have a reading with you, a mini one, if you and I can have a conversation. So I get that you see me. And your understanding. But if not, you could say, I'm not coming live, Elena. So Claire, if you don't want to come live, you absolutely do not have to. Okay, you declined. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you what I got. Okay. Immediately when you came on, because I'm trying to tap into energy to give you guys a little bit more, to get people covered and get questions answered. And you're at a point in your life, okay, we call it like a resurrection time. It's a crossroads, but you've already come to your crossroads, Claire. You've already been there and you've been there for a little bit, and I know you're a little frustrated. But this is the time that you're meant to surrender to change. It's like the phoenix, where you're going to come out, you know, brighter, bigger, bolder, more stronger, beautiful. You know, what you've been going through, it sucks, but, you know, and it's not a cliche. Everything does happen for a reason. It brings you to the place you're meant to be, especially now, if you figure out how to maneuver it. Okay. The biggest thing with your work is you really have to focus on what it is that you truly want to do. Okay. Right now, for a lot of people, what you guys don't realize is the universe, the veil is so thin. It's interesting that the universe is, when somebody finds a job, it is the right job for them, but it's taking longer for people to find them, because it's almost like the universe is saying, you know, where you're at now, you're going to get a job and it's going to be a good job, but we want to kind of make sure it's the job that you were meant to do. And you're kind of at that point in your life where you're at that crossroad. You're frustrated. You have to really be uber focused on the type of job you want to do and change your approach to getting one. Okay. So, I mean, this is like, you know, this is a little bit more than for Mystic Monday. I need you to step back and really change your approach and your energy as if how you're going to apply for work and follow up at work, and be very, very specific in what it is you want to do. Because the job you're going to have is going to be a good one, but it's worth a little bit of frustration and, unfortunately, the lack of money and issues that are coming through to get you there, because it's going to pay off for you. Right now, there's not as much work as the government wants to say out there. Okay, so you can respond as I'm talking, because normally you would be doing that if you were live with me, but you're not live with me, so you can't interact. So if I see you ask a question like a but or this or that, I will respond to it. Okay. But that, oh, I see. If I join, but oh, I got you. That's why a lot of people have like alias accounts. So you have to be, and then the perfect one to explain this, because I did this with Jenna. So it's interesting that she's interacted, because it's true. So you have to be really focused on what you're going after, and you have to change your approach and you have to change. It's like, we call it activating. So people who are actually doing magic class with me, activating your magic pyramid, which is within your body. Okay. And it's really important how you approach something. You look at it and you go after it, the energy you put into it. I had one client last night, and I'm sharing this story because one day I'm going to have them share it. In fact, I think I'm going to post to the picture of the video. His fiance said to me, like, this is what happened when Eric found his dream job. And it was interesting because I've been working with them both for a little while, and I've been working with him, and he's been working towards his dream job. And I was talking about intent and what you put out there and how it comes back into you, and really pushing and hanging in there, because it's another thing that's true. Nothing worth having ever comes easy. Ashley, I'm going to let you pick the subject of the next meditation, and I will write it and I will advertise it, but it means you better damn well do it, because you're the muse for it. Let's just put it that way. So he said to me last night, I was going over, the magical pyramid, the magic pyramid within us, because magic is real, but it's not like hocus pocus like everybody likes to think it is. There's a process, and there's a lot of work that's involved, in a way you have to be able to perform magic and create things within your life that you want. And the most interesting, he said, and I always said, what you put out comes back to you. And he's been pushing. And he goes, I just got it with what we were going over. And I've listened to basically what you've been, teaching and explaining, and the work we've done and the effort that you put out and how you present it, how it comes back. He said, when I was really wanting to get my dream job, and this is the most beautiful thing I've heard in a long time, and I'm so happy I got to be a part of this. He said to me, I didn't say, universe, God, whatever you want to pray to, give me my job, da-da-da-da-da-da. It wasn't give me. Okay? That's not, I know what, we have to do forgiveness for you. We have to do one on forgiveness, and letting go. That's not how he tried to manifest it. What he did when he was working with spirit and having the opportunity, because you're opening up the opportunity. I don't necessarily believe in manifesting, because I already believe that we have the things that were intended for us already in our body, that's locked in. And what we do is you work towards unlocking those doors and releasing what was already intended for you. You're not manifesting something out of air. It already belongs to you. So you're just doing the work and lowering that ego to unlock the door. There's a point behind this. So what he said to me was this. He goes, I wasn't being selfish about it. Like you said, like, don't be selfish about things. It's what you put out. He said, all I asked Spirit to do was, please allow everybody above me to get their dream job, to have their dream job open up for them, so that everybody gets to move up and I get the job that I want. And that's what he was working with every single day, putting it in, doing the work, having the attitude. It really does matter what you send out there. So, it was the most beautiful thing I heard, because he asked Spirit to have the dream jobs for everybody else to open up, for them to get what they wanted, so that he would get what he wanted. So I thought that was just so amazing and such a testimony. And for the work we've done and me to be part of that, it's so humbling and it's such a gift. So for you, Claire, you have to surrender to change. You have to really change your attitude. And really, it's really for the best for you, because it's focusing on what you're really meant to do and what you want to do. And you can unlock that, okay? So what Spirit says is that you had ideas, preserved things that you wanted to do with your life and work-wise, that, hello, Taylor, that you are entitled to, but you've not taken action for it. And I need you to focus on that. And I need you to do a little bit more, because it's a little bit more now than filling an application and submitting it on Indeed. It's, finding who's hiring, but also going after the places where you want to work. Okay, so this is a process. So I'm going to answer your question, but I don't want you to take the answer for granted, because if you don't do the work, you're changing your future. Okay, a lot of people don't realize if I turn around and tell you, okay, you're going to get a job or meet the love of your life, hi Taylor, in whatever amount of months, you know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden they take it for granted, and then they don't turn around and do what they would normally do. So then they just changed their future because they took it for granted and they became complacent. When I tap into spirit, you have to aggressively seek with optimism what you want. I need you to really sit down and retake a look at what it is you want to do, because we are creating a career for you. It's true, and you do know about that. We're creating a career, something that is going to draw in abundance for you and help you be more comfortable and be able to do things within your life, but also is going to be something you're good at and meant to do. So we need to step back and really look at what your gifts are, okay? And I need you to write them out. You need to see it clearly, so you need to write them out and be very clear about what it is you want to do. That when you look at those things, okay, this is what I want to do for a living. And then you have to go after it. So then you have to revamp your resume. You have to not only do your regular applications, that's fine. I need you to look at the places where you want to work. Okay. But I also have you doing, when I even say that, Claire, see, this is why it's hard, because you're not on with me. I have you doing things that even though you could work with a company, it's more like on an independent basis. Okay. So you need to be open to the independent basis to get in. Yep. So that's what makes sense. You're saying animals working with people, animal assisted therapy. Okay. So you have to make sure that you have everything you need, your mission statement, because I see you working more independently, which means you're going to people and doing the therapy. So that totally makes sense to me. And being able to start that process. And you may have to start that on your own and do it where I see you creating something where you're able to do the animal assisted therapy, because your gift lies, although working with people is great, you associate better with animals. You do. They're your people. Let's just put it that way. Animals sometimes can be stubborn, but a little bit more appreciative, and they're not so argumentative. It just takes patience, especially when you're dealing with behavior. And also being able to work with the people to have them be able to work with their animals. Okay. So, haha, I'm right. So what you're able to do is you can be a therapist that works with different veterinarian hospitals. You can work with people individually. So you have to get a little creative. You have to come up with what your rate is, what you're going to be doing. You don't have to say work for one vet or work for one company. Depending on the scale you start out, and you can create this opportunity. Because when it comes to animals right now, people love their animals so much, even if people are in a farm environment, believe it or not, that their care and their well-being and keeping them with them a long time, unless it's for a specific person, unless it's somebody's eating or something like that. I'm not looking to get anybody hyper, but you know what I'm talking about. So really look at almost being like a subcontractor. Contracted work to where you're able to create the opportunity for a place to find out how valuable you are with what you want to do. And it also doesn't get you stuck in one place. You're able to pick what the work and the projects that you're doing. Does that make sense to you? Also, money's tight right now with any regular business because it's coming to the end of the year. So unless you're working that makes sense, good. Unless you're working on the independent levels where it's like per animal, per job, that kind of thing. A lot of them are holding off on initially hiring unless they really need somebody, just because of the fact everybody's going to be closing out their books. They're trying to figure out what's left in their budgets and things like that and what they really need. Okay. So you're looking at probably getting a job that you want. That's going to be more of a career kind of thing, 3 to 4 months. Okay. But that doesn't mean that you can't go out and get something temporary, because there's a lot of work this time of year where it may not be your favorite thing to do, but it'll give you the money that you need until you find your permanent position. But I need you really to relook at what you're doing and how you're going after it. You're able to do it. You just have to have the confidence to help create positions for you. That's why you can work for a number of different people that deal with animals. I see that Logan is on, honey, but I'm talking over here. I'm glad I saw that. I really did. Logan really is. I don't know. I will definitely do that for sure. You know, it's a little bit easier when you're able to do a session because I really can focus on it and we can go back and forth. It's a little bit hard when we're working on this kind of thing. So 3 to 4 months, change our energy and go after it at a different thing, but go after what it is you really want to do. All right, Ziggy. Go ahead. What's your question? Since evidently you can't come on live either. Question. And then Jackson, if you're still on, then I will, you're welcome, Claire, anything. You know, I got you. I hope it helped a little. I had to explain where you have to come at this from and where everything is right now for you to understand what I need you to do to make sure you get what you're getting. Hello, Mike. How are you? Because, you know, there's kind of going to be a stall for the next few months as far as people getting work. But it's just the nature of things. I cannot wait till the midterms are over. I'm going to be so excited when the midterms are over. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The craziness that's happening right now, holy crap. Can I go live if we are able to? Yeah, go ahead. All right, hold on. All right. Jacqueline Day. What's going on?
Hey, Linda, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
You at the gym?
I sure am. Can you hear me?
Yep. What are you lifting? What are you working on?
I'm working on legs. I got the little...
Oh, you're working on your secondary stabilizer muscles. You know I'm a trainer too, right?
Listen, I just listened to an old episode of Sherrod Small with you on it, just as a recap thing.
Yeah.
And I forgot that, I used to be a trainer. And
well, I still am. I still am.
I don't know. I didn't really follow that much. It's been, been kind of a busy,
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, this is like my little healthy distraction from life, this workout thing. And, but I think mentally, you can hear me, right?
I can hear you.
I got the Bluetooth headset on. Maybe that's why. I feel like mentally I'm not pushing forward enough to, like, I still don't even know what's in store for me in life. And, like working regular day, 9-to-5 job type thing, like that's probably all I'm going to be doing unless something clicks in my head because I got to follow something. And I don't feel excited enough to do something. I do what I don't want to do in terms of, working on my body. But up here, it's like, it's not making me happy, but it's making me focus. But I'm trying to see, am I like a fish dead in water? I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
You've been struggling with this for a couple of years now. Like you have a session that was due 2.5 years ago. Okay. Because, you've been in and out for a couple of years. You're so frustrated that every time, and I'm going to recommend this if you're into working out, get a pair of gloves and do rounds on a bag. Work mitts with somebody. Because what you need to do is, and I would say it's better for you to work mitts, because when you work mitts with somebody, they push you. Because you're to the point where, okay, you're doing things because it's helping you mentally, but you still can't see. You need to get the aggression and the frustration, and not anger in the way where you're an angry person, but the anger you have in reference to, this is not where my life was supposed to be right now. And no matter what I have done in the past, no matter who I've opened up to, who I've left in, everybody has effed me over. Everybody. And the minute I start trusting, so you've hit walls. So you have to decide to say, you legitimately changing your energy and saying, I am not going to settle for this. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to wait for something to hit me in the forehead and say, open up your third eye and say, let's go. You have to find what it is you're truly passionate about and your gifts, and you have to choose to go after it so that your
Right.
9 to 5 is just there to
Right.
make
Right.
ends meet until you can decide truly what it wants. But it's very frustrating because family is very important to you.
Depends on how you define family.
Okay. Well, having a solid foundation that belongs to you. It's not the stereotypical getting married, having kids, that kind of thing. And
Yeah. Yeah.
as of lately, you've been more of a lone wolf,
For the most part, yeah.
and for you, that has to change a little bit.
I I have well, here I still feel a little alone, even though I have two good friends who are also my roommates,
Uh,
and we are, like I mentioned to you before, like a few years ago when I started practicing Argentine tango, right? And I still
mhm,
love it. I still love
mhm,
it. There's out of everyone that I dance with, there's one woman. I'll make it real short. There's
mhm,
one woman who's about my height, like 6'2" or 6'1", Russian professional ballroom dancer who took
mhm.
2 years of tango just to be right. And when I dance with her, it is very enjoyable and I it, it's very centered. That calming spirit. I don't know how to describe it though, but
Mhm.
it's like it may not be with her because she's a married woman and I respect that, but it's like I want to have that calming spirit again when I'm with someone
Mhm.
and someone's on. Maybe it's chasing love. I don't know what it is. I don't want to seem too eager for it. I want to feel like I deserve it in my head, you know?
Well, you already deserve it. It's realizing that. And I wouldn't call it
Maybe.
chasing love. It's being in a position where you are with that person, like when you do the tango, and all of a sudden it just feels right. You have the calm,
Yes.
but you have the passion that's behind it.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. And I
So
don't want to give
that,
that up. So.
no, and you don't have to. So you have to use that to be your fuel. You know what I'm saying? Which means, how do we take something we're passionate about that we're going to connect with somebody? Because music is vibrational. Music can lift you up, can bring it down. Even if it brings you down, it releases feelings in you. Okay.
Oh
You
yeah.
connect with somebody's energy, especially when you're doing ballroom dancing. So how do
Right.
you
Right.
think, not just this woman, that you might be able to add a little bit more to your pocketbook and be able to connect with people on a larger scale and find
Right.
who your partner, who you click with, because that's what sets you on fire right now, is that type of connection. How do you
It
think
is
you could
something.
do that?
I guess just keep doing it. I guess you know.
Do you
I mean,
realize that if you've been doing that for a while, it's
yeah.
very popular now and you have the ability to go through the training to actually become a ballroom instructor?
Yeah. Well, ballroom and tango are two different things, but I see what you're
Well,
saying. I get
dancing,
you.
tango, you could do dancing. I used to go and do different Spanish dancing in
Right.
Newark
Right.
when I was in New Jersey because I just wanted to do something different. It was challenging.
That was yeah. Me too.
But
Me too.
they train, you can be trained for the type of dancing you want to do. Do you
I know.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Two of
once you
my
get
friends.
trained for it, you can actually start instructing
Right. Right.
and get paid for it and connect with a number of different people and get to the point where you can find that partner. Because everything you do with now, you want it to happen naturally. It's not something chasing after love hasn't necessarily worked for you. You just want to be in a position where you can connect. So take
Yeah.
what you're passionate about, what you enjoy, what gives you release. Develop that gift because that is a gift. That is something that you have that rises within you. And
Right.
then share that gift, learn how to share that gift with other people, and then put yourself in the position where you can make these connections.
Okay. One more question. I'll let you go. Okay.
You're fine.
Um, physical ailments, right? I popped my meniscus over a year and a half ago, and although I do the little light training to get
Hmm.
I guess, whatever. It
Hmm.
kind of a meniscus tear is a real son of a bitch, and I don't wish it on anybody.
Oh, I've done it.
Um, uh, and I refuse to go to do surgery because I see people worse off after surgery than they were with this physical leg training. Uh, is is this something that can be overcome with just like self physical therapy alone, like
Okay,
self, you know?
it's coming from somebody who knows all about this, and I've done therapy on people and myself because I've been in bodybuilding. I've been a boxer and an MMA artist. I've
Yeah.
done powerlifting. I used to teach high impact aerobics back in the day when it was just a carpet over cement, when they had 40 to 50 people and they didn't know any better. So, I mean, my
Right, right.
ankle clicks. I had a partial tear in my meniscus. I know all about
Yeah.
this. Never went through surgery because they said they were going to have to put one of the best doctors in Miami was going to have to put a cadaver's tendon into my leg. And I was like, and then I wouldn't have been able to walk. They
Uh,
said, you can't be on it for 30 days.
I
And I
see.
said, I have 5 kids. Nobody's driving my kids around. I said, hell to the no.
Exactly.
And it got to the point where I stood up and my leg would give out. So I couldn't walk. I will do you a solid and I will send you exercises that you can do to develop and form. It's almost like a human brace, a brace around your knee to help hold everything in place.
Well,
So what
I
you
do
have
have
in
one.
your knee right now, you develop the muscles in a specific way to try to hold that into place. So
Yeah,
I
'cause
will send you that through. I will gift you that. I will gift you the exercises
yeah,
because
get the
but
exercise.
that's if you promise to give yourself the opportunity to be in the position to connect with somebody,
That's the whole
because
point.
the person that you're dancing with, okay,
Yeah,
she's married. You get the con from her, but then also you got to remember too, sometimes when people are unavailable, you're able to truly just be yourself. There's no expectations, nothing's going to happen.
yeah.
Or if
I
you
do
do it,
not. I love that. That's a very good point. I love that. I'm sorry to cut you off. That was a
you're
very
okay.
good point. I don't have to have. I don't have to pretend like it. But just having that with her is just an example of what I would like to feel. Because I don't care about being a teacher. I just want to be good at the dance because it's a hobby I love to do.
No, no,
But
no, no, no. It's not about being the teacher. I'm killing 2 birds and removing the pressure from you in one stone. You're passionate about dancing. You like doing it. It to set something within you that you're passionate about. You get to be one with another human being, even if it's on a teaching level. So when you're
right,
teaching somebody, you are confident, you are strong, you have a sense of control. So you know what it
right,
is. So when you connect with somebody and you're teaching them how to do something,
right,
that relieves all the tension. And then
right.
you will come across, because for you, it's that perfect dance partner for you to be able to connect with in life. Takes the
Right, right.
pressure away. Because once you get that pressure on you, you shift. Your way of thinking and how to go about it shifts. So we have to remove the expectations. They're looking to you to teach them something that's going to raise some sort of passion within them. Anybody who dances, it's passionate. They're trying to wake something up inside them.
Yes.
Especially if you start dancing later in life. And that type of music, when you do it, the tango is sensual, it's exciting, it's passionate. You have to feel that music and the rhythm through your body. And you have to be able to do it with somebody else and
Yeah.
become,
Yeah. I'm trying to unlock it because
yep,
I feel like I'm numbing myself just a little bit, but I
yep.
should like give more
You
than
have to, you,
50%.
you have to get out of your comfort zone and create a way where you can have a couple other dance partners to dance with.
Right, right. Because I can go to the milonga. Milonga is like a tango
Yeah.
party every
Hmm.
month. I can dance with anybody, just to put the 10,000 hours in,
Hmm.
like just even if I don't feel like I match with the person, because you dance with everybody, 3 songs
Yeah.
and boom, you're done, and then wait for the next break, and then give the eyes to somebody, like and
But
then
there's going to be that one person that when
yeah,
you give them the eyes, they
yeah,
catch you
yeah,
and that energy connects. That's where you find your passion. So that's something you want to continue.
right, right. That's what
This is your avenue, and it takes off the pressure for you. So if you can make a little extra money doing it, God
yeah,
bless you. Go
right,
after it, because
right.
that
But I
brings you, and that'll wake you up a little bit more, because you've been missing that connection for a while. But
yeah,
so it's your family. It's almost like a family, because anybody who does that type of dance, it's a very close knit community,
they are.
a
And
very
I'm
close
roommates,
knit community.
and my two roommates are professional tango instructors.
Yeah.
You know,
So
see the
you
guys
have
that,
the avenue right now. Take advantage of it.
right, right, and they've been telling me that. It's just like
And
I feel.
I'm not going to say this insultingly because I'm from New Jersey, but I'm going to talk to you like I would talk to my friend, you big dummy. What have you been waiting for?
There's a Jersey girl, but
But it's true. It's like, what the hell
no,
you,
it
let's
is.
go. I mean, I was one of those people that would grab people
Right,
and
right,
bring them someplace and I had no interest in it. Okay, if you're not going to buy your bike, let's go do this. You need to do this. You know, this is something and it's going to be an easy way for you to connect. And then once you
right,
start doing more of that, your passion opens up more. But
right.
because you are doing a specific type of dance, we got to get that knee firmed up.
Yeah, and I just played soccer the other day, which is like, and I only play soccer just for like exercise and fun. I'm not a professional. I've gotten a little bit better, but
Yeah.
I don't have a desire. I don't have a desire to be in a league.
Mhm.
I just kind of, because all my friends in tango and salsa, they're
Mhm.
Latino, so they play soccer. I'm like, fuck it, I play soccer too. My
Mhm.
people play soccer. I just haven't got into it, so I just
Mhm.
started doing it for the exercise. I mean, tango for the most part has kind of shifted uh, some bad habits out of my life, like bad friends,
Mhm.
bad eating habits, which I exercise a
Mhm.
lot. I quit smoking for tango, basically because
Mhm.
no woman wants to smell that in their breath. You know what I mean?
No, it's gross.
And I
Mhm.
agree with them. I used to love having a cigarette, but now I think
Mhm.
this is disgusting. What am I doing this for? You know? So
If
I
you like
got rid of.
kissing, no woman likes to kiss an ass. Very few women. There are women who will kiss an ashtray, but most don't like it. But most
Right.
guys don't like it either. Where are you living right now, by the way?
I live in the Metro Detroit area, which is
Oh, you're in Detroit. I gotcha.
well, no, not in Detroit. Detroit. I'm like 20 miles north of Detroit in the Oakland
Okay.
area, Rochester Hills, Michigan. Little nice town, It's,
You are going to be freezing your ass off real soon.
I can. Hey,
Good.
I just bought a Michael Kors coat. I cannot wait to use it this winter.
You're going to be
So,
freezing your ass off.
and I got brand new
Um,
Timberland boots. So that
but so that's going to be your angle, and that will open you up more.
right.
Do more of what makes you passionate, and that will open up your world because you're a stubborn mule. You're stubborn.
I am Albanian, so yes, we are.
You know, you're set in your ways, and that you have to change a little bit.
I've been working on, it, but yes, we have been told that Albanians are very stubborn. I believe them.
Yeah, but I have to tell you the story. I have to show it to you next time. There was this older gentleman. I was running Club Metro in Jersey, and an older gentleman, amazing at soccer. He actually used to go over with the team and help coach them and sponsored them. And I used to call him my Albanian prince. Absolutely adored him. Had the accent. I mean, he was older, like almost 70. And he went, because I'm into rocks and crystals, he went and got me a piece of the white stone from an ancient Albanian castle and brought it home for me after one of his trips. It's one
Uh,
of the most amazing things with energy. He's like, I brought you a present. He goes, yeah, he is. You know how you're crazy about rocks and you feel places in rocks? I brought you a piece of my country. He's like, you call me the Albanian prince, now you're the princess. So
there you
he
go. There
handed
you
me
go.
this rock. But it's actually part of the castle, which is pretty cool.
There's a lot of old ruins over there. I've seen some of them 20 years
Yeah.
ago when I went to go visit.
Yeah. Hey, Siren. So that's what we need to work on with you, but that takes work and you can't be so stubborn. But I will send you some rehabilitative exercises for your knee. Okay.
Does that? Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, I would love to keep this going, but you got a lot of people that you want to help, so I don't want to take
Yep.
up
And
too
you
much
need to
time.
finish your workout.
Yep. I gotta
Okay.
go. I gotta feel happy when I go to sleep. I gotta feel like I did something.
Yep. But I really would work bits with somebody. Dancing is great, but you work mitts for a good solid, do 3-minute intervals with your mitts and a 30-second to a minute rest. It clears everything. All the cobwebs are gone. You're so exhausted that after you
Right.
just did that, nothing is impossible.
I wish this gym had punching bags here, but the other one does, and I have to sign
Hmm.
up for that one instead.
Yep, I got you. All right. Well, if you need anything, let me know, but I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Leah. You have a good one, okay?
You too. Alrighty. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, you have to click out because I don't know how to. I'm
Okay.
illiterate when it
My bad,
comes.
my bad.
I'm
My
illiterate
bad.
when it comes to this.
It's okay, it's okay. I'll exit out.
Okay. All right. And I get wordy, guys, but there's one thing when you go to a medium or a psychic and you ask a question and they say yes or they say no, and then they leave it or not. You have to understand when I work with you, you're a direct reflection of me. I want you to heal, be happy and abundant, to be passionate in your life. And we all were born with that. You know, it's there for everybody, but finding your way there sometimes or overcoming things that have happened in life can be, you really want bitch slapdash? I'm going to get to you. But I would be doing myself a great disservice because if you come back in 3 months and say you told me this 3 months ago and it never happened, I'll look at you. People will walk into when I work with them in person, they would walk in and be like, you didn't do a damn thing I told you to do. You didn't do a GD thing I told you to do. If you don't do the work, and I know somebody's done the work, or I know somebody keeps giving excuses, yeah, I know, but no, I can bring you to the well. You can bring a horse to water. You could hand somebody a cup and say, here, drink. You could say, come follow me. But you have to take that drink. You have to follow. Okay? Yeah, you're going to get, if you want bitch slapped, I'll bitch slap you. Okay? Or I will bitch slap you. But you're asking for it, Ash. Like you're going to open up a well. That's what I have to do. I'm going to do a specific series in forgiveness and letting go specifically for you. But I'm going to tell you what you need to do. Stacy, I miss you. I'm going to be Stace. This is my cousin. I haven't seen her in forever. I am going to be in Jersey in January. I would love to be able to hook up and hang out. Maybe kind of get like everybody together, like as far as my kids and your kids, it would be brilliant. Or your daughter, because she's gorgeous. And I miss you fierce. I haven't seen my cousin Stacy in forever. You know, we used to see each other all the time when I was growing up. But if I didn't tell you how to get there, then a lot of people legitimately, like I said, they take what I say verbatim and then they don't do anything. And it's like, okay, I said you were going to meet the guy you need to meet. Jenna's a perfect example of this. Jenna, I have to. Jackson, don't go anywhere. I have to because Jenna's she's poster child for this. Poster child for this. Where is she? But she's doing better now. She is doing better now. And Logan is your person. Are you coming on live or no? Yes, she is. She doesn't care anymore. Where are you?
I'm coming. 1 second.
And by the way, the meditation, is your mom and your sister still there? Are we doing it this week or next week?
Well, a hurricane coming.
Oh, that's right. All right, so we'll probably have to wait till next week. When's the hurricane going to hit, and what are they saying it is?
I don't know. I think it's still a tropical storm. I'm here.
Oh, let me tell you, my cousin Stacy. See, I grew up South Jersey. She grew up North Jersey. So it's a whole different animal. She's got a real thick hour. She used to have a really thick accent. Okay. You are, what category is that hurricane?
It's just a tropical storm right now.
Oh, that ain't nothing. Do you see because I grew up I lived in South Florida on the water forever. You know, I was in that area I was in Sunrise for a little bit, but I was like in Palm Beach, Point Beach, that area.
Yeah.
You getting the swirl in the sky? Are you seeing the clouds moving?
I think they don't know until like Wednesday in the middle of the night.
Okay, because when a tropical storm would be coming in Florida or before a hurricane, which half the times the hurricanes that end up being hurricanes, they'd say we're getting a category, a 5, a level 5 or whatever, and we'd get a 1. And so we'd go out and we get the board the house, buy all the canned goods and all that other nonsense that would be sitting there. And then when they said it's 1, that's the thing that wiped us out,
Yeah.
But I always used to love, because the clouds would circle. It was like an energy circle in the sky. But so even with the tropical storms, you get that. So Jenna is my poster child of of listening, but taking a while to get there. First of all, I'm going to say it to you privately, what I'm going to expand upon. Logan is definitely your person there.
Oh, she is.
The energy. Sometimes the energy of other people that are around you, your energy doesn't mesh.
Yeah, I know.
Are you understanding what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So even though you like each other, you love each other, you have fun together, when you go into the situations you're going into, it's like whew, oil and water.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So and it was that person in the picture I saw with Logan,
Yes. For
and
over
she
the weekend.
got amazing energy. So, I don't want to, that's why I have to be very careful because you're alive, but your energy, no. You and Logan, your ride or dies, you're Bill and Ted. You and Logan are Bill and Ted. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just that energy together. Um, if we really want to go Jersey, and I'm not a fan, JWoww and Snooki.
I've been watching Jersey Shore this week.
So JWoww and Snooki, we're going to bring it up to date. You got each other's back, the energy, even your interest in men is a different enough. Do you understand the types that you go for? So it works,
Mm-hmm.
And also because I love you, Logan, but half the time things just kind of like you just like, you go out, you have a good time and you are totally unaware of anything else going on around you.
Me or Logan?
Logan,
Yeah, I can be like that way too.
you guys have fun. So but Jenna's the perfect example because Jenna wanted her whole life to change. So we started doing sessions and then we changed her world. You changed it within a week. Once we did the session, you did everything I told you to do. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Then you changed it. So we went through that and then you got hit with the block because you like a certain kind of guy. And I'm like, stop. But then you didn't want to live where you used to live anymore. I'm like, okay, you don't want to meet a guy there. Why? Because if you meet a guy there, then you might get stuck staying there and never get to the place you want to live in.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, don't worry about the guy. Let's get your job in place. So then you were applying for work and what happened? You're like, I can't get a job. I'm miserable. I mean, you were just bitching and moaning constantly. With great love, I say that. Anybody who's been around for the past couple of years knows how Jenna rides. I said, Jenna, you're not going to find the job because you're not ready to go in 2 weeks. You have to be in Florida. I said, I don't care if you work in Hooters. I don't care what you get. It's temporary. Get your ass in Florida, especially when I found out your aunt lived there. I'm like, ask your aunt if you can go stay with her. What the hell are
Mm-hmm.
you doing? Right? So and I said, and if you don't go, I threaten to come get you and move you myself. So then within that week after I threatened you, which I did threaten her, don't get it twisted because I've earned that right. You had a job interview and found a job within a week once you talked to your aunt
Yeah.
and you made the decision to move. You created the flow and the energy. And then once you did that, you went down there. You started working within a week of there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then we got to the process. Okay, I have the job. And then we're like, well, what about a guy? I'm like, Jenna, first of all, you can't bring anybody home. Remember? Can't bring anybody home.
No.
You might be able to sneak them through the window, but I don't know how that would work out for you.
It
So
wouldn't.
we have the job and we had to do the work to try to level up so you got more money at work, right? So we started the process and then you started school. And I've been yelling at you for months, Jenna, charity events, marinas, golf courses. If you can't afford to go, work it. Work your pictures, all of these things. Because where's the normal place you go? People who like to hit it's and quit it's. It's not building the relationship you want.
Yeah.
So that's my next phase with Jenna. So she'll tell you, okay, and then like I'll say, I told you to do this. Have you gone and done this yet? Like, did Logan wear heels yet?
No.
Why does she do this? I mean, Logan, really? She's got great calves too. What is she doing? She gonna come on? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the polio.
Why have you not put a damn pair? I'm telling you, I want an asymmetrical skirt, angled down, with a pair of damn heels. There's a reason. If nobody else understands why, there's a reason why we do this. And usually when Logan jumps on, there's a whole bunch of people she knows that comes on. So it's going to be really interesting how giddy she gets when all these people, she's like, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Don't say anything. Don't say anything, Elena. Why have you not done it yet? You're supposed to go out together and you need to put on a pair of damn heels so that your calves pop, because you got to set it. You have nice calves. I know you do. Asymmetrical skirt. And go. Why have you? I don't care. You know what? You don't need to have stilettos on. Get a pair of platform heels.
I wear shoes with like height every time I pretty much go out, but they're not heels. But I have like 2 pairs of going out shoes that are just like platforms.
Okay.
But not heels because I will fall on my ass.
No, you can learn how to balance. You work out, pull in your core, squeeze your quad muscles and your calf muscles. Do you know that anybody else who doesn't understand why I did this, you're not going to get it. You're going to go, that's crazy and stupid. It's not when you're training athletes or bikini competitors. I used to have people in my gym, in my studio. They either trained barefoot, but when they were doing squats, because they wanted to hit their ass more and their hamstring more, and they had this stability and the strength, and they had knee issues, and it took the pressure off their knee, they used to squat in 5-inch heels. Squat. I had one husband say, thank you so much. So for the girls, because that really forced, if you had the stability, you had to pull in your whole body as one unit. And they could go deep, and they actually were able to do it for weight and reps. Okay. And then for people who didn't have the balance, then I kicked up a platform, backed their asses up on the heel so their heels came up. Because when you do a squat, you raise your heel up, takes the pressure off of your knee, gets that. So a lot of people who do quads, like you're thick in the legs. Not saying anything bad, you have an athletic build. So if you do too many squats, your quads are going to grow. This is not what we want for you. We want to shape the quad, get the nice little sweep, but we want it to the point where you develop that hamstring. My goal was for a woman to be able to have a gorgeous hamstring and have it look like you were in heels when you were flat-footed. That nice curve. Okay, so this is the whole point aesthetically. But for competitors, it would hit their hamstring, hit them in their glutes, so you get the separation. Okay. So, but the whole thing is put on a damn pair of heels. You'll be able to do it. Focus. Practice in your heels. Wear heels to work. Wear heels once a day to work. That would be hysterical. That would be funny too. You could do a whole, Jenna, you could do a whole like blog or vlog video thing teaching Logan how to be able to walk in heels so she can go out and dance and not fall on her ass. It would be great. You guys would, I have friends that do the brew crew where they go to work and they kind of, give comments about the Def Coffees and how they taste. They're funny as hell. You guys could do this, and this is her quest to be able to go out and dance in a pair of heels.
I think our coworkers will be like, Logan, you have a hot date after work or something? Because I straightened my hair one day,
and that was it. Like, what are you doing?
Our coworker was like, who are you going on a date with tonight? And I'm like, no,
but
I just straightened my hair.
The whole point is we had a plan. You are her wingman. I set this up long before anybody else came in the picture. I don't know where you guys screwed it up or where it got complicated, but you did not go. So Jenna, the whole point is never goes according to plan. So it's like I have to beat it into her till she finally gives up and goes, fine. And then she does it, and then her world changes. She needs to go to charity events. She needs to go to marinas. And she needs to go to golf courses. If she can't afford to go because it costs a lot of money in southern Florida, then you guys need to work and be the person that gives them the drinks that they buy on the golf course that raises money for a fundraiser. Or she can go do pictures. Help the girl out.
My roommate works at a marina, a sea turtle hospital, and they have charity events all the time. And so we were hanging out this weekend, and she brought that up.
Okay. So can I do something right now, Jenna? Excuse everybody else because I have been bashing this into her head for like 6 months now. Can I please do this and pull my jersey out? Sure. Give me permission. If anybody else is going to be offended, close your eyes potentially. Jenna.
We just found out this weekend, literally.
Uh-huh.
I didn't
Uh-huh.
know that.
Go
Ask
back.
Logan
Go.
because I didn't know that
Okay.
until I invited myself to Logan's house this weekend because I needed some quality time with Logan. And
Logan,
then Logan
you.
said, "Oh, I'm surprised Elena didn't respond to your story and say, 'Why are you not at a charity event?'" And then her roommate said, "Well, I go to charity events all the time."
Everybody else who gets offended, close your eyes, Logan. You want to know why? Would you like to know why? This is why I'm never going to have a real show, because I give fingers and I say, fuck you. Um, but I asked permission beforehand. And this isn't a show. This isn't prime time. This is my time. Logan, how many times did if you knew that, I gave you a job.
I
And
never got
she
an
was going to
invitation to the
help
charity
you.
event.
No, I told you have to be her wingman, and you knew somebody who did charity events, and you turned around and she said, I'm surprised she didn't say that, which means you knew. That's like saying, you were sticking your tongue at me without me being there.
I was never invited to these charity events. I will talk to her
Would
about
you
it. We'll find
not
the next one.
like to be a bridesmaid in her wedding?
I would love it.
Get her hooked up with the charity events, be her wingman, put on a damn pair of heels so you can really look that you have to have that Southern Florida look about you when you go to these things. You might get maid of honor. I don't know. It could happen. It could happen. Okay? This, and if you don't put heels on, I swear to God, vlog it. Vlog it. Do lives with it. Please. Bring heels to work, please. It'll be funny as hell. And then just have her do the heels like an hour a day. Let her videotape you. It'll be hysterical. Rhetoric, post it. It'll be great. It'll be so much fun. You'll get followers. It'll be awesome. We'll get you guys on Patreon. It'll be comical. It'll be comical.
Be real.
Hi, Jana. How are you? What do you mean, be real? I would do it.
No, that it's a new social media. It's called Be Real.
Oh, really? I have to look into that because somebody told me Twitch, too. Twitch is a new thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like live streaming.
I don't know. Supposedly everybody's going to have to start paying for Twitter now. And it's like, are you freaking serious? What is wrong with you?
No, I would never.
They're all a bunch of damn elitists. All a bunch of damn elitists. But, okay, but like I was telling everybody, that's your biggest thing. So you get these changes and you make them in their life, Jenna. It just takes you a while to get there because you're stubborn and have to figure out a way to get it done. But now that I really know, like, I would love Twitch. Look at Taylor. Now that I really know, Logan, I've been begging you to wear heels for a reason. I told you the skirt to wear because you would look good in that damn skirt. Because it would also, see, I could see it, and I haven't seen your body. I know it would cup your ass right, too. I know the skirt would cup your ass right if it was the right thing. There's a whole look that you could pull off, but you need heels to do it. If you don't have
Christmas
heels...
party coming up.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Christmas party.
We need to work that before the Christmas party because we need to learn how to walk in the heels. So you have a certain period of time to vlog and publish the heel adventure. We can raise you up. We can like get you up in height. Okay?
Okay.
This is going to be good. Yeah, Jenna, do you have any questions? Jenna, do what I tell you to do. Within 3 and 4 months, you're going to have a boyfriend. If you do what I tell you to do. If you don't, I don't want to hear about it. You can be a spinster and hang out with a cat.
Spinster? What is that?
Because you're getting in your own way.
I have to get my house first, remember?
Well, you're working on that now. Didn't you? Aren't you working towards getting that position?
Yeah, I am. But I do have a question.
What?
Have me and Logan had a past life together?
2.
Oh. So this is number 3.
2. Actually, this is number 3. This is number 3. So again, I'd say 3, but this lifetime isn't done yet. 2. You've lived 2 lifetimes together. And they were actually back to back, which is interesting. When I tap into the 2 of you, it's almost like you didn't have enough of each other in one lifetime, so you continued into the next. Okay. I know you weren't in a relationship. And then you had a little bit of a break before you came back into this one. But you had two. You
Were
had
we
two last times.
sisters or besties?
I would have to, all right, I would have to really tap into that. Why don't you two do a joint past life regression? Ashley did one with her sister.
That would be fun.
That would be fun.
We both
You
need
know,
raises.
Logan, you haven't done a journey or a meditation yet, right?
No, I haven't.
For you, because I would want to make sure you were able to, because this one I really have to work with to get her. She's starting to learn how to let down her ego, so her meditations are opening up more because she thinks and she's analytical about everything. Okay? I want you to do a meditation with her. And if you guys could be in the same place together, that would be great because I could connect you in that meditation. Because you being with Logan might even release your ego a little bit more because of how comfortable you are with her and you want to go on the adventure with her versus trying to do this on your own, which you hate doing anyway. Once you do the journey or the meditation together, and I know you can get to that place where I can cross you over the veil, then we'll do the past life regression because I don't want it to be wasted. So do a meditation first. It's like a primer. It'll be like a primer for you. I know I'm going to be able to get you there, but I want Jenna to be able to connect with your energy to see if you're going to be able to do it together. So when you want to do a meditation, we'll do it, and then you guys can do a past life. It'll be fun. It'll be neat. All right, so charity event with the turtles.
Okay.
Heels, asymmetrical skirt.
I'll try to make it happen.
No, just say I'm going to do it.
It just means she has to go shopping. But I don't know
Sure,
if she can go shopping right now.
You have to go shopping for a Christmas party anyway.
Yeah.
True.
And there's a way to get heels without having to spend a ton of money on heels. Don't you guys know how to do these things? They did. What size foot are you? I'll contact Erica. She's like 500 pairs of shoes. I'm saying, you want to sell a pair of shoes? You sell them on Poshmark all the time. I need different level heels. I'll be like, what? I need different level heels. What do you got? And what height?
You know, I will wear heels tomorrow just for you.
Thank you. Oh, picture it, please. Post it and picture it. I'd be so happy.
I'll bring them to work.
Oh, look at that, Angela. Look at Angela. Just go meet the mans of your life. What are you scared of? Whoever Real Will is, because this is a new person, he said facts. Nico loves Poshmark. There's my Lexi right there.
And Lexi can vouch for me. South Florida is where love goes to die.
Listen, you guys haven't even done what I tried to get you guys to do, is find time to go out together.
We did.
We did. I invited myself to her house.
No, Lexi. Lexi.
Oh, okay, with Lexi.
Just like Lexi's mom, they were on a retreat. That was Lexi's mother that I have kind of poking around to see if anybody has anything available for you to live in. In fact, I have to, they were on a retreat in Arizona. So it's her mom. She's my hookup in Florida. And she knows everybody. So you didn't do nothing. You just haven't gone on an adventure with Jenna yet because you're always so damn busy. Oh, Angela is so funny. You have a whole psychic telling you you'll meet a man, girl. It's almost God himself telling you. Now, don't even put me on God's level because, praise Jesus, he's the only reason I can do. I like a guy who is not really emotionally intelligent. All right, Lexi, so this is so funny, but I'm not going to do. How is that anything new than what you've been dealing with lately? I already told you have to go after somebody that's a little bit older. I've already told you this. Plus, you had other things you were focusing on, Chica, but you need a little bit older. Oh, yes, Jenna, we need to hang. She's got a whole thing, and they're going to go to a marina that does turtle charities. So they're going to go to a turtle charity fundraiser and meet people. Well, all right, so then, Lex, we're going to need to talk. I need to talk to your mom, too. But we're going to have a whole thing going on. And then we'll do a live just on the adventures of Lexi, Jenna, and Logan. Jenna's even designing. I don't know if she I don't know if she, did you do your bathing suits yet, Lexi? Oh, look. Oh, God, that's so, see, look, I'm going to really, I don't know if she'll come on live, though, because it's Lex. You should see her videos on TikTok. You going to come on live, Lexi? This is actually fun. I don't know if that she is. Look,
The
she's got
Lex.
the whole blue motif going on in back. Lex, have you done your the bathing suits yet?
No, I'm still trying to figure it out. I can't decide whether I want to try to just get the fabric and like find someone to make it, or I've been talking to a manufacturer that does full development, but obviously it would be a lot more expensive. So I'm just like
Did
trying to
you? All
figure
right.
it out.
First of all, I can't tell you what she's doing because what she's doing is going to do so well. So I refuse to put it public out there for what she's going to do with these suits. I refuse to even put that out there because somebody will take it. And that's how good it is. Have you talked to your mom about it and going in with you on it?
Yeah, I've talked to her. She's just figuring out all her stuff. Like we're gonna have to move soon, so she wanted to buy a
Yeah.
place, but now we might just rent since obviously like the market's not so great.
The
So
market sucks to buy right now. It sucks
yeah.
right now. I
So
wouldn't recommend anybody to buy.
yeah, our lease is up end of December, so she's been
You
trying to figure
want it.
that
You
out.
want to invest the money and go with the manufacturer that goes from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
As long as you want to do it that way, because you want to be able to have the whole thing. Because we already set the plan of the different levels of your suits. She's got her idea is brilliant, brilliant. So I would rather have you develop it and do it the right way
Yeah.
than to do it a different way where it's not that it won't be successful, but it won't go immediately where you need it to be.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that would make it a lot easier, obviously, because they do full development, including like packaging and everything. So that would just make my life a lot easier.
Hmm.
Than trying to figure everything out and, find someone to make the bikinis, find like a seamstress, and then find like packaging and all that stuff. So,
Okay. And what? Can I ask you a question?
hmm.
Is your boy on this live? Will he see your live?
I don't know, but people I know are hopping in, so now I'm like nervous.
Okay, so I'm not going to say what I was going to say. I'm not going to, but I'm going to text you that question.
Okay.
So I'm not going to blow your spot up. I'm not going
Okay.
to blow your spot up. Anybody who comes on these lives, if you guys don't have an alias account, which a lot of people have created, so nobody knows, and they just have an account just to come
Yeah,
on live
I
and
definitely
communicate.
should have. I definitely should have done that.
You know, but they have a different account that nobody else gets notified, so then I can give information that hopefully nobody else is going to figure out.
That's smart.
But because what we deal with things that are so private, a lot of times I'm very vague, but you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Jenna, I can throw her shit out there. Logan, she just jumped into that world. So these two, it's just too long now. Now I have to come out and say, what the hell are you doing? Because now everybody on this live is invested and waiting for the Logan and Jenna show. What did
Yeah.
they do this weekend? So this is the energy I'm building for you since you're not building it for yourself. Okay. Lexi's a little bit different. Lexi's a lot different in what's going on with her life, and what her goals are. So, certain things I will not blow up your spot, especially because you are dating somebody. So I'm not gonna blow nothing up. They don't need the ins. That's for me and you. But I will text you what I was going to say to you. Okay.
Okay.
Um, I'm not even going to say it now because I can't. I can't say it now. I can't. So I'm going to text you when I'm done with this live, and I'm going to ask you one very simple question, and you're going to tell me. You're going to give me an answer. It's more than a yes or a no. Okay.
Okay.
Tell your mom I said don't buy it unless it's an investment property, which investment properties right now are stupid as shit.
Okay. I will.
We kind of had that window for like investment properties before everything dropped out. She
Mhm.
needs to hold back a little bit, and then rent something because even the rents are insane. They're
Mhm.
crazy right now.
Yeah.
I think after New Year, the bottom's going to start dropping out. After we get through these midterm elections, because right now they're all losing their mind. The shit that's coming out now with Russia and with this and with that on both sides for Republicans and Democrats, I'm like, oh, this isn't being released at a perfect time. And how much of it is true? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So everything right now is so crazy, nothing's going to drop yet.
Yeah.
So you guys can't stay where you're at month to month?
No, they just raised it's like $600 a month. So my mom was like, "No, we'll just
No,
go somewhere else."
no, you can find somebody else better.
Yeah,
Somebody else better.
yeah,
So, all right, cool. So I'm going to send you that. But yeah, go with the manufacturer, but effectively keep, because that's going to be a good thing for you. It's going to
yeah.
make you money. That's going to make you money.
Yeah.
All
I just
right.
have to save up.
Well, or investors, an
Yeah.
investor. You know, things,
Mhm.
things are going well with you guys. They're just slower than normal because of what's
Mhm.
going on. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And the great thing about your mom is she's taking her time and enjoying life.
Mhm.
And she needed to do that. Plus,
Yeah.
you have your brother's getting married now. Congratulations
Thank
on
you.
him getting
Yeah.
engaged. That's amazing because I saw the pictures for that. So there's so much going on right now.
Yeah.
So, as long as you keep moving forward and working towards it, you can get an investor that can
Mhm.
invest in something. And I prefer it to be your mother because she's such a good businesswoman than to be somebody else.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you two, you're each other's person. Lexi and her mom, they're legitimately each other's persons. Like they were definitely sisters in another lifetime.
Mhm.
They're just so connected, which is an amazing thing to have that type of relationship. So, which is a good thing. Tell your mother I love her. You guys all have your jobs. I want a picture and a video of you in heels because Logan's supposed to put on a damn pair of heels and an asymmetrical skirt and take Jenna out.
Yes. I love it.
And go to the thing. They're doing fundraisers for the turtles.
Okay, let me know. I'll
Lexi
come.
will go. Lexi will go all day long. That's she'll go to fundraisers and charity events all day long. So the one up there is supposed to be going to charity events. The one up there is an amazing photographer, an
Let's go.
amazing photographer. So for somebody who's going to need somebody to take pictures of their lines, it's the one up
Lexi.
top.
Yeah.
Yes, she's got an amazing eye. An amazing eye. All right, cool. So now that I got you, it's all hooked up, which is great. Lexi, I will message you later. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So we can take that. You two, it's
All
the
right.
Jenna and Logan show.
Okay. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
I love you guys. Everybody hop off.
Love you.
Lexi, yeah, Angela, but that is and it's not necessarily about that. It's just there's certain things that certain people need and certain things that people connect with. So I connect with people they're meant to be with, where it's going to work and what they're looking for. That type of thing. Let's just do it that way. But I do, Taylor's an amazing photographer too. She's in Texas. She's a fashion photographer. I'm going to give you your pitch, Taylor. She's a fashion photographer, but she's also doing weddings and other things, and she will travel. Just so you all know, she will travel. Ooh, okay. I'm not forgetting anybody, but this one I have to do because she kind of started watching me because she didn't know if I was good for her daughter or not. And then she decided I was good for her daughter because I was good for her. I am so proud of you, Becky.
Hi.
I am so proud of you. I was talking to your daughter the other day. I
Oh,
tapped
you
into
were?
you. I said, your mom did so well with that surgery.
Everything went perfect. Thank
All the
you.
stress was released. She's so much happier now. Your dad, still a stubborn mule, but he's doing a little bit better now. Um,
Yes,
I
yes.
was so
Everything's good.
excited because of that fact. So I'm so excited that, you kind of held on and got through that. You felt your sister going under, didn't you? Oh my
I think
God.
so.
You
I
felt
think
your
I
sister
felt
before
that.
you went under anesthesia.
I think so because it was just like so much brightness, and then I just started to cry, and then the anesthesia just held my hand, but I think it was my sister.
No, I was going to say, it was like she felt her holding your hand when you were going under. Your sister
hmm
was with you. Look. She
Yeah,
went
but
right with you. Go ahead.
yeah,
I know you're on here for a reason. So I
yes.
had to bring Mama on. What's up, Mama?
I wanted to see if she's crossed over.
your sister was waiting a while. So this is where it gets a little bit. Is her spirit able to cross over at, all right, I'll see you later, Ziggy, and I will, I have to just want to respond to him because it was the first time he came on with tonight after years. I'll go back on because I said you saw something about your friend, so I will help. But you guys know when I get going, I get going. But you're welcome, and anything you guys need, you know I'm here. Your sister has the ability now because it's almost like she found forgiveness. Your sister found forgiveness. That was part of what was holding her here. Remember I told you had to pray for her and talk to her and told her it was okay for her to go? Part of the thing that was holding her back is she needed to find forgiveness. And she heard you, and she was able to find that, to come to terms, to let go, you know, which is a good thing. But there's also a really cool thing that happened when you did that with your sister.
What's that?
You connected with her again.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
You were able, I'm happy that I was part of the process of helping you overcome your fear of that surgery, especially what was related and attached with your sister. To be able to connect with your sister and say she's stuck, you need to talk to her, pray for her. You know, she'll hear you, to help her move on. But the thing is she was waiting for you to hear her for so long. So everything you went through, because of how desperate you were for comfort and reassurance, because you were so scared of the surgery. Okay. You were to that point. A lot of people are able to connect with people from the other side when they go through a trauma, when they're extremely depressed, when they've died and come back to life. There's usually something that jars you, and like, oh, you were to that point where you just wanted peace about what was going to happen. You wanted reassurance. You gave your sister the ability to find the forgiveness. You opened up the pathway for when she decides to cross over, she will. But right now, she's connected to you. You were able to have her there. You felt her hold your hand going into surgery. You know what I'm saying? So take the time you have with her and have conversations. I'd love to say have a cup of coffee. She goes, I don't want to have coffee with my sister. She wasn't a big coffee drinker?
She was not a big coffee drinker like I am.
Because I was going to say, have a cup of coffee with your sister. She goes, I don't want to have coffee with my sister. I don't want to have coffee. I don't drink coffee.
Does tea. She does tea.
So
I don't do tea. She does tea. I don't do tea. I do coffee.
So,
but I can't have coffee.
So I have to, because she made a point. I don't have coffee. I don't drink coffee. I'm not drinking a cup of coffee. So she can have tea. You can drink your coffee.
Okay.
Mornings were important to her?
Yes.
Mornings were important to her. Where you're connect, that's when she would have all of her conversations. If she had the dirt to give, she'd give it in the morning. Yep. That's when she gave her dirt. That's when she reached out. That's when she was the most open, was in the mornings.
Right.
At the time that normally would have happened. You know? You can even, some people do this until they get used to the feeling of what it is when somebody comes into a room and sits with them. Okay? Put out her favorite cup of tea. Table in front of you. Have your cup of coffee. And just say, let's talk. And then settle yourself. And allow yourself to start a conversation. And then allow her the time to answer. Now, for everybody who doesn't understand, it's not like you're going to hear a disembodied voice. Okay? People are energy when they cross over. So it's not necessarily you're going to hear her voice. But all of a sudden, when you ask a question and you settle yourself in the time period she would normally answer, it's almost like you're going to hear her without hearing the voice, because the words just appear like a banner in front of you. So when you respond, it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. Like when I have conversations for myself in spirit is when I'm driving. When I'm not working with anybody else, if I have something to handle, I'm like, okay, it's my turn. Let's talk. I have it when I'm driving the car. The radio goes off and I have my conversations about my life and my kids then. And then you'll start having conversations with your sister. Spend the holidays with her before she crosses over.
Okay.
She has the ability. She may decide to stay with you a little bit while longer because she knows you need her. Now, when she does decide to cross over, like go where she decides if she's going to come back or whatever, because she is due to come back, whatever happens, okay? You're still going to be able to connect with her spirit. Like I was talking to your daughter and she didn't even say a word about you. And I said, oh, the surgery went great with your mom. She's been in a really good mood lately. Like I said, this is amazing. Even your dad, I was able to tap into your energy through your daughter.
Oh, cool.
Energy's energy. You're connected. So even if, depending on what happens when she chooses to really make that step and not be a spirit guide, she's your guide now. She's your buddy now. On the other side. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now you get to have the conversations you didn't get to have when she was alive. And that is a great gift.
Yeah.
You know, you have your angels, but it's like this whole thing, you get to have your sister back for a little bit.
Oh, that's soothing.
So right now, she's your guide. She's your, actually, I'm not even going to say guide because your sister corrects me. She corrects. She's a corrector. She puts you in your place. Your sister puts you in your place. Like with the coffee, I don't drink coffee. I didn't like coffee. I talk in the mornings. That's when we have conversations, is the mornings, okay? And I'm not her guide. I'm her sister. The word sister is so important to her. I have my sister back right now. That's a beautiful thing. I don't want to be your guide. I want to be your sister. I want to have those conversations we didn't get to finish. I had forgiveness now. I was able to remove that block, that unfinished business kind of thing. I'm hanging out because I want to spend some more time with my sister. There's still time for me to go when it's time for me to go. And if she needs a little bit of assistance, if I need to hold her hand before surgery, if I need to calm her ass down when she's getting angry, because she says when you do get set off, you do have a temper, I'll be there to calm her down. That's a great gift. That's a great gift. And thank you for allowing me to be part of that, because that's huge. It really is huge.
You. I'm really worried about her daughters. Her two daughters, they're really, I feel like I'm their mom now, or they look up to me that way. And I just try to embrace them and talk to them, but it's just so hard, you know?
Well, it's interesting because they're both on two completely different paths.
Big time. Yes.
So to keep up with them and to keep track, one struggles more than the other.
Yes.
Has severe self-esteem issues. There's some other issues that she could have with the thing that, you know, she does have a little bit of depression. You have to be careful in any medication that she ever may take.
Yeah.
Because of and I'm being very cautious in how I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Because she would have the tendency to be the one that would have the issues. Okay. And it's just because sometimes she wants to feel numb.
Yes.
You know?
I saw that the other day when she came.
Yeah, so I'm getting that on her, and it's like she just wants her life to be okay, but doesn't want to accept the responsibility to do the work to get there. Hi, Harley Cat. So it's really hard, whereas the other one, she's a completely different beast. She's a completely different animal. She's a go-getter. She knows what she wants to do. She goes after it. You know, when she's talking to you, it's like she's just filling you in on what's going on. And what do you think? What do you think? What would mom think? That kind of thing. The other one takes it the other direction. So all you can do is because your family has gone through so much, and because your health was affected for so long, and you're still going through the process of healing. And, you had that surgery, but you still have so much work to do.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't stop there. So, and you're just getting your husband to at least listen a little bit. He's listening a little bit, the stubborn one. Your daughter's doing better. You have your grandkids. There's all this stuff that's going around. So it's really hard because there's only so much that you can spread. But you want to know the wonderful thing you can do now?
What?
You can hear their mother now. You felt her. You can now talk to their mother about what's going on with their daughter.
And let her help me.
And let her help you.
Yeah.
And then be able to legitimately say, I pray to your mom. I talk to your mom. And it's, I sat with her a bit. And if they say, what do you mean? Just say, I sat with her. I prayed to her. I talked to her. And I let myself listen. The other one's going to believe it more than the negative one.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's going to take her a bit. That's the one everybody really has to look out for. But the other one, she has her shit together pretty much, but you can't take that for granted, because sometimes when everybody thinks the one is so strong and it's okay, they're going to be fine, they end up feeling very alone. They end up feeling alone because you may be strong in this and that, but I still have feelings. I'm still experiencing life. And then because the other one was babied by her mom.
Yeah.
Was babied. You understand what I'm saying? So that loss, it's a process. So you can guide them and help, but it's also not your responsibility, because they're at the age where they have to really take responsibility for their own life. And the other one needs to stop making excuses. Every excuse in the book. So be there, listen, give the best advice you can. Say, I can't make you do this, but this is what I think. Or just be there to listen, and that's all you can do. But now this is sounding like my family. Angela says her mom passed away from cancer. As someone who's lost a mom, you'll never be their mom, but you can be an ear for them to listen, a shoulder to cry on, and that's what I needed the most.
Yeah. Okay.
But now you can talk to your sister.
That's a wonderful. That's good to know.
You got your sister back. Mornings. She's got me back. I got her back. Now we can have those conversations.
Okay.
Good. We good? Yes.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good right now. I'm just going day by day and trying to heal from this surgery. And
holidays are coming, lady.
Huh?
Do not take the responsibility of baking the cookies. Don't do it.
No, I think we're gonna stay low on this holiday because of the situation and everything's so new. So
I know. Why don't you go out for dinner?
Oh, my husband was thinking about that. He said, let's not cook, let's not do none of the above. And
nothing complicated. Let's go out for dinner. So then there's no stress. You can enjoy each other. But your sister said to remind you that Christmas Eve is very important.
Oh, yeah. Always for her. Christmas Eve is very important. So I have to be with her family because this is the first year.
Yeah. So Christmas Eve, he reminded you, is very important. So Christmas Eve is with the family, is with home, but it's special. And you can do with her there. She's still there, Present a special ornament for the tree in her honor.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. And every year, everybody, let's bring her an ornament, because Christmas was her, Christmas Eve was her thing. That was her thing. So,
she was a planner.
So you do with that, but for Christmas Day, go out to dinner.
Yeah, Christmas Eve is a big party for her. Yep. She loved it. She
said Christmas Eve is for home for family. Remind her Christmas Eve is important. Like she's not letting you forget that.
No.
But you can go out to dinner for Christmas Day. Your daughter needs that anyway. Your daughter doesn't need extra stress. She really doesn't.
No, she doesn't.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
So, but I had talked to her the other day.
That's
So,
good to hear. That's good to hear everything you're
so that's
saying.
good. So I'm glad that you talked to me now because you were able to kind of communicate with her. And you knew it
Hmm.
was her based on what she was saying to me.
Yeah,
She's a piece of
and
work. She was a
uh,
boss. She was a bossy cow. She was the boss. I mean, she ruled the roost, even with you. And it's like,
always.
and it's not like she ruled you, because even when I say that, she was like, it's not that I ruled her. She just let me have control.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
she
like
had
it
good
wasn't.
ideas.
It wasn't. You didn't argue with her. You didn't. Only when you absolutely had to, and you were like, okay, like it was just so easygoing. You had that relationship. So she's acknowledging, I didn't have control over her. She just let me be the boss. I mean, she just let me do it, kind of thing.
She was
So,
great.
but yeah, she's
Thank
still
you very
here.
much.
She's still here with you. So now you have that opportunity to spend with her before she decides to say, okay. Won't be for a while, though.
Bye-bye.
Won't be
Good.
for a while, though.
Good.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you, Elena.
All
It
right.
was
I
good
love you,
talking to you.
Fierce. Thank you so much.
Thank you for making my week.
I'm glad I got out. Thank you. Well, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Like when I saw you
Okay.
on, I'm like, oh, I have to take this. I can't not. Mama Perez is on. Because in the beginning, Rich was like, my mom was on and you picked my mom. I said, I did? I had no clue. She's like, she was really coming on to see what you were all about because, you weren't sure if
Yeah.
I was good or I was evil. You didn't
I
know.
was.
And
I
then you
was just
realize that
scared.
I work, in
You
that
know
I
I'm a
am
scary
energy and I
cat.
believed in angels and everything else like that. Like we had to get that barrier of that stereotype that is so untrue that a lot of people have, especially
Yes.
when they're very religious and believe in God. It's like, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. He's my guy. I got angels, but I also know it's a bigger picture. So, but yeah.
Okay. Well,
All
thank
right.
you. Good night.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right, honey. Bye.
Okay. Well, I'm not good at this stuff, so I'll
You just
try.
have to do the XE thing because we all know I don't know how to kick you guys off. I have no clue how to do it. Okay. No, I have to see. I have to see. There, you are here. I have to keep my promise. No. Oh, there you go. Samantha, you coming on? Wait, you're there. I
Hello,
wasn't there. How are you? I
I'm
didn't
here.
forget you.
I
I
was
didn't forget.
wondering.
I just got kind of all over the place and everybody's
That's
kind of really,
okay.
everybody's energy is open tonight. I don't know if it's just we're at that point where everybody's like, I don't know what to do. Everything's going crazy and we need something. But it's like
Hmm.
their egos are a little bit down. They're a little bit more open, you know. They're in for a little bit. So what do you need, honey?
Oh, well, I didn't really have a question. I
Nothing.
just
Well, you
kind
have
of,
the opportunity.
yeah, I just kind of hopped on and you called me, you called
Um,
me out, so I
what?
thought I'd
Well,
stick
you said you had
around.
set an alarm. Did we ever do your lifetimes?
No.
Okay, we're gonna do your lifetimes. It's fun. They don't
Okay.
get this all the time. We used to do this all the time in the beginning because now we do such serious work with everybody. Okay. Um, How many lifetimes do you guys feel, for the people who've been on there before and the new ones, how many lifetimes do you guys feel that Samantha has lived? I'm going to let them pick. How many lifetimes do you think
Okay.
you've been here? They all throw their numbers out and then I do it. I
Hmm.
know this is your favorite, Natty.
9.
Okay, now why do you think it's 9?
I don't know. It was just the first one that popped in my head.
I got a 27. I got a 14. I got a 3. Randy, I haven't talked to you in a minute. You guys really have to follow Randy. Um, she does a lot of stuff. She's in the entertainment industry and she's a journalist and she does some amazing work and a lot of fun stuff too. So you definitely should follow her. I don't know if you're still doing your show. Are you, Randy? Jen is 13. Is my Randy, my beautiful girl. I was on her. I was on one of her podcasts once. It was a lot of fun. 4 and 7 keep popping into your head. Randy, how many lifetimes? You said 3, right? I just speak the truth. If I don't have, like my mother said, you're still podcasting. My mother always said, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. So unless I'm working with somebody, if I don't have anything nice to say, I keep my own business if I'm not supposed to get involved. So if I say it, I'm speaking truth. All right. First thing I'm going to say to you, oh, I've only been here 9 lifetimes. When are you going to start? And this is where I throw you out on the carpet. I call you out. When are you going to start believing in yourself more?
Mm.
When are you going to start realizing that you are worth way more than you give your self credit for? That you do need to start listening to people that tell you that. And that, guess what? You're not a baby. There's more that you know if you would just open up and listen to it. So this is a very important message, because it's like you're more closed off and in. You need to get out more. You need to take more chances. And not for, look at Jacqueline Day. Yes, Elena's calling her out. And not
Jacqueline
because,
is one of my greatest soul friends.
yeah. And not
Yeah, so
because
she knows me well.
you're a shut-in, but because it's so much easier for you just to not get involved.
Yeah.
You're affected a lot by energy. Okay.
Yes.
It affects you. You're very sensitive. Things make you sad. You see something, and Jacqueline can be like, why are you making such a big deal over it? And you're like, but you don't understand. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you feel like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things. If you see a kitten, this is really simplifying it, but a kitten that's stuck inside and you're just like looking out, you're like, they just want to be outside. Why can't they just come outside? It's like you want it, the simplest things affect you. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Actually, you guys are a good hookup, Angela and Randy, for a number of different reasons, by the way, which you'll get. But yeah, Randy's podcasts are fun. So I'm going to tell you this. That's why you only say, I just thought around 9. You're a lot wiser than you allow yourself to be. So I got all the numbers. So I'm going to call it just because I already know, but then we're going to let my makeshift pendulum give you the answer.
Okay.
15 lifetimes.
15. Okay.
Okay. And the interesting thing, I think part of the reason why you shy away from getting involved with some things now, because your last lifetime, you were in a place of power within a community. Okay. So it's almost being political, like in a politician spot, but not being a politician. So effectively, you were somebody that helped the community and was a large voice, but it wasn't ruled by sides or politics. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? So that's why it's kind of hard for you to pick a side now or to voice. You keep, sometimes with people you know, you'll really give your opinion, but other times you just don't open your mouth because you're like, it's not worth it. I'm not going to go through the bullshit. Nobody understands anyway. And it's frustrating for you because nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. So for you to put yourself out there, it's harder for you. So that's part why you are the way you are this lifetime, because of how active. But you did live very old in your last lifetime. Well, I wouldn't say old, because I think people could live. There's people who lived to 104 and 115. It's true. It happens. You were 87 when you passed away in your last lifetime.
It's not bad.
Okay. So which is really cool. But I also think that even in the community, you were in a form of teaching. It's almost like you were in the teaching profession.
Okay.
And you work with children is what I'm getting. And I think it's important because a lot of times when I get past life stuff, anybody that knows me, I normally won't give you anything on a past life because I don't want to plant a seed. When you go through a past life regression, I want you to experience it. I don't want you to have heard it from me. You know, so the only time when they pull up past life for somebody that it's where it's like they're almost giving me permission to give it to you is if it's relevant of where you're at in your life right now. You can go out into the world and experience your life and explore a little bit and take those chances. Your voice matters. You have a voice. It doesn't mean you have to be out in the spotlight again. You don't have to take on the responsibility. Okay, because in your other lifetime, even when they're showing that, I see lots of kids around you. Okay, so as far as the position you did for the kids with teaching, everything, who you were in that community was so important. And you had 2 daughters.
Okay.
So you were a little tiny old lady that used to wear a bun when you were 87. You had 2 little girls.
Okay. That's
Okay.
sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So but they're letting me tell you that because it's relevant of what might be holding you back now. Okay. It's
Mm-hmm.
okay not to open up your mouth and fight about everything. Work on your life and getting out and doing things and experience it. Jacqueline says you're the best auntie to Juniper.
Yeah.
And realize the value that you have, and you're smarter than you allow yourself to believe. Your thoughts and your feelings are relevant, but nobody's going to ever know how relevant they are if you keep your mouth shut so that there's no kind of conflict.
Yeah. So when I was kind of contemplating going on live, I was thinking about a question, and I was like, well, I'm content. Like, and I feel very content in life. But then you said something about passion to someone else, and I
Uh-huh,
feel very passionate about Juniper.
uh-huh,
I love
uh-huh.
that little girl. But yeah, discovering my passion and trying to find that. I don't know how to start
Just walk out
finding
your
that.
door and take chances.
Okay.
So what I said to you resonated with you because you
Yeah.
really do hold back. You really do hold back. You
Yeah.
like where you're at. You don't like making
Yeah.
waves. But
No.
you deserve a little bit more, and you don't give yourself enough credit, which is important. And Jacqueline evidently agrees with what her thing was. And there's my William that's online. I have to give William, I don't know if he's still online. William is an amazing florist, has flower shops. But William is like my David Guerrero. He designs things you wouldn't believe. Event planner, anybody. Taylor, that's who I wanted you to connect with. Taylor is a fashion photographer and event photographer, if you're still on here in Texas. I told her I wanted to hook you 2 up because you have your flower shop and stuff in Texas, and hopefully you're going to be opening up at that event center in Maui. When I work with people, I try to give them their shout outs like they deserve. But that's who I was talking about. So you want to friend him and send a message and send your book to Will. But he's an amazing event planner. Amazing. And what he designs, oh my God, he can make anything come to life. You give him a vision and it's created. And I mean, his work is so amazing. Like he's ready just to run off into the sub tomorrow. But I'm like, I need you to keep like 1 or 2 shops open in the United States. I'm like, we'll work away. But he's always meant to have been an event planner. That's where that's what made him who he is. So, yep, we have a lot of Texans that come on here. But actually, you're not from Texas, are you, Will? Because I met him when he was in San Francisco. So that was the biggest message for you because there's so much of your life you need to open up. When you're good and in a good place, that's when you make it more. You don't settle. And you hold back because of how active you were in your last lifetime. You know?
Okay. That's interesting.
But
Yeah.
you have that
Yeah.
one Juniper to be responsible for in this one. And she's got to be able to have adventures and do things, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Great.
all right.
Yeah.
So I said 15 lifetimes. You've been 15 lifetimes. I gave you information on another lifetime. You can use anything as a pendulum. I have pendulums that I place with people. You could take a ring, put it at the bottom of a chain, a crystal. You could wrap a rock. Okay? Doesn't matter. It's a pendulum. Now, I'm actually folding it so you guys can see that my hand is not moving. Show us what you do when you say yes. Yes is back and forth. Stop. Show us what you do when you say no. I have to drop it. They need swinging. Go side to side. Stop. Show us what you do when you're thinking or counting. Circles. I added something just because I'm a mush. Shows how you say I love you. Goes corner to corner. Because when I say goodbye, you always have to say goodbye to the spirit behind your pendulum. It's a spirit that works with you. It's actually been a proven science. They actually, at tech schools like California Tech and stuff, actually, it's a class you take about pendulums and everything else like that. So it's actually a real deal. It's a scientific study, people. So, how many lifetimes has Samantha lived? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then you got a half, and then it stops. So you were miscarried in one of your lifetimes. So it was 15 and a half.
Okay.
15 full lifetimes. This is actually your 16th, but they consider a miscarriage or a pregnancy that's not brought to term like a half. Because that lifetime was there, but for whatever reason, it did not come to fruition. So that's why I made the big swing this way before it came to a stop. So this is your 16th lifetime. You've had 15 and a half because you did have one lifetime that was not realized. Will is from Georgia, so is Jenna. So just do some things just for the pure joy of it. Just get out and explore. Start having conversations that you're interested with people. Start giving input because you're smart and you're not threatening. Although when you have your beliefs, you believe in them. Even when you express that, you don't express it in an antagonistic way or where somebody would feel like you were attacking them or saying that they were wrong.
Right. Yeah, I would hope so.
So it's really important to know what's frustrating is, and you're really the type of person, if somebody gets to know you, your temperament is in a way where some people don't want to hurt you. Like if I was in your space and you were my friend or I just met you, automatically I would want to keep you safe because of how sensitive you are. I would automatically go, okay, this one, nobody's allowed to hurt. Let her be. Because of how your temperament is. So you have Jacqueline Day says spot on. So that's kind of like, that's kind of the role that I would take with you that Jacqueline has. Because Jacqueline, I love you, but you got a mouth. She's very outspoken.
Jacqueline?
Yes. Very outspoken, I'm getting. Very protective, territorial, especially when it comes to people she loves.
Yes.
She's gotten very good at putting people, telling them where they can go shove it.
She's pretty wonderful.
So, and she's laughing because I got her spot on too.
She tapped into me real quick. We
also
became
spot
very
on.
fast friends. Yeah. We've always wondered if we've had some past lives together, but
Jacqueline, what I'm going to give you is because I'm tapping into you, offer you, and I can see how it's almost like I see you coming even before you open up your mouth. Don't try it. That's Jacqueline. Now, part of that, yes, you're getting the feel on something, but some of that you project because it's a protection mechanism for you, Jacqueline. So before you automatically say, as I see you coming, don't say it. Just observe and give people the opportunity to possibly, which some might surprise you, prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Because sometimes this can be very true. Sometimes that mechanism, or if you get a feel, or if that energy is an energy that has done you wrong in the past, you're like, I'm not even freaking going there. I am not even going there. Sometimes you gotta go there.
Yeah, I can say she has worked on this, and she's.
She's another one that found her space, and I'm very happy for you because Jacqueline, you've become so confident within yourself. Those insecurities that I'm getting used to be there, it's not that way anymore. That's great. But it's also understanding it's okay to have your circle and it's okay to be so confident in yourself. And it's not that you need other people in your life. It's that you deserve to have people in your life. You don't have to do things alone. There are people that can make you feel happy and make you feel loved, and that you can connect with, and that you don't have to protect yourself so much. It means be smart, but give people the opportunity. So you have to take the chances and not be so. She does her things for a different way. You're coming from a different angle. But, you know, you guys balance each other very well, which is nice to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. All right, anything else?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
No, I appreciate the time tonight.
Oh, anytime. I'm
Great.
glad. I was waiting. I'm like, she didn't jump off, did she? She didn't jump off, did she?
No, I
And
waited.
when Mama Perez came on, like I said, and that was a very important call for her to help her process, you know, this first year without her sister, because she passed away, and her daughters and things like that. And to be able to, that was an important phone call. You know, that was one of those real special ones that just jump out at you. So, all right, cool. Well, you know, I'm here if you need me.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So click
Have a
yourself
good
out.
night.
You too.
All right. Bye.
All right. Let me go through. Oh, is she still on? I gotta see. I have to keep my promise with this one. Jen, rest right now for you is so important. For you to heal and regain balance in the things that you need to, Jen, you really need to make a point of resting. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. Where the hell did she go? She jumped off. Ashley, did you go to sleep? Ashley could have gone to sleep, and I know she was waiting to be bitch slapped. Let's just put it that way. Ashley was waiting for it. You're so welcome, Becky. So welcome. See, I didn't realize you were still on, and I was talking about you. There she is.
Hi.
Okay, it's very important I give you this message. You're going to be okay. You need to give yourself the time to rest. It's the most important thing, not to try to do too much too soon, and to allow up here to heal. For the swelling to go down, for things to start refiling, okay? Focusing on listening to your doctor and really being in tune with the nutrition you're putting into your body. You know, even if you can't because you're not sleeping well, because they're saying you're not resting, you're not able to sleep.
Yeah, have been having some trouble with that.
Yeah, I'm getting, and rest is so important to you. Okay. Explain to everybody, if you want to, what you just went through and what I'm tapping into, because I haven't had a chance to speak to you.
So a week from this last Saturday, I had to go down to the ER down to Seattle because I have a shunt, this little valve thing in my head, and it popped out of my skin, and it's not supposed to do that. So had to go down to the hospital. They admitted me. I was there for a week and ended up having 2 brain surgeries.
And explain why you have the shunt, so they understand why you have the shunt.
Because I have these 2 conditions, Chiari malformation and hydrocephalus. In layman's terms, it's basically all the brain fluid that everybody has. It protects your brain. And I just have too much of it. So what a shunt does is it has a valve up here, and then it goes down to your abdomen or to your heart. Mine's in the abdomen, and it brings out as much fluid as need be.
It drains the fluid, so basically your brain doesn't drown.
Yeah.
Like people's heart, so it prevents your brain from drowning. And this is the 3rd surgery you've had.
In the last 3 months, yes.
Yes. And she fully functions perfectly, just so you all know. She's an amazing artist and had a whole new path that she needs to continue on. But because you are passionate about it. Plus, also her side thing, besides her, look at this. I get to plug everybody. Christmas time's coming. Besides the fact that she's learning how to restore artwork and things like that, because she's truly meant to do that, like to bring pictures back to life again and to restore them and all the fun stuff they do. She can take your old photographs of your family or when you were younger, and you can take black and whites and make them color, correct?
Yep.
And she can also take those pictures that might be from so long ago that have the cracks in them, and she can redo them and remove the cracks. So she's extremely gifted. And believe it or not, a lot of people think I get computers. Like for people like me, okay, that's a picture on a computer. If I'm handed a picture, it means so much more to me. It's an amazing gift, especially for people my age, and I'm 51, you know? So for your mom, for yourself, just to bring back pictures of your family or to give them life. She's extremely gifted at this. She has a little bit of extra time on her hand. Doing this work makes her happy and actually relaxes her. So you will help her put in a state of euphoria so she can heal quicker.
Yep.
See? And it would make an amazing gift for the holidays, for Christmas or for birthdays or anniversaries. Just so you all know, she could also take a photograph and make it look like a painting. A lot of people don't get paintings done anymore. They have pictures, they have portraits that are pictures, but they're not those beautiful paintings that you've seen. She can create paintings for you out the picture. So I'm pitching her because she's extremely talented. Okay, there you go. For you, they're telling me rest is so important. To try to help inflammation and stuff, and even water retention. And I know something weird's going on with the phone. Watching what you're taking into your body food-wise. Your body's very sensitive to food right now. Very sensitive. Okay? Everything's refiring and connecting and doing everything it's supposed to. Don't stress out if you can't sleep at night. As long as you lay back and rest. Even if you can't fall asleep, I have a thing when I can't sleep because my brain moves too much. When you're a worrier, so because you worry, it prevents you from sleeping because it's like all of a sudden it's time for me to go to sleep, and then it's like like everything closes in on you and the world's coming to an end and what's going to happen tomorrow, and that's a lot. And it's because your mind has nothing else to focus on. So they wanted me to tell you, okay, if you're not sleeping, that's okay if you're resting. So I got into a habit, believe it or not. I will put on an older movie, because I actually like old movies. Believe it or not, I love old movies. I love them. And I will actually put them on. And you have a thing about, you have two movies you love. So this is the perfect time. You love It's a Wonderful Life, but watch It's a Wonderful Life. And Miracle on 34th Street. Two movies they said to put on. For some reason, so whether you haven't really watched them or not, put them on low. But, so try it. I want you to watch Miracle on 34th Street, but the old one, not the new one.
Okay.
The old one. Miracle on 34th Street and It's a Wonderful Life. Because I think it's going to shift how your brain fires. Because it's perfect. Because they said that's the movie you're supposed to watch. So I want you to try. We're going to try and we're going to see what happens. You're going to come back and report, okay?
Okay.
When you can't sleep at night, prop yourself up so you're not laying flat, okay? Put the room dark and put it on low. Really, 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 really low. So you're barely hearing it, but it's on. And put the subtitles on.
Okay.
And then just allow yourself to relax. So the nights you can't sleep, that will put you to sleep.
Right.
It's a type of movie that it is, the vibration in the movie, the story behind it, the whole Norman Rockwell thing, the whole older life, families that may not have had everything, rising up, finding their worth. So I think that's why It's a Wonderful Life is so important for you, because of the struggles you've went to and realizing where you're actually at right now. And Miracle on 34th Street, just because that brings you back to Christmas. That brings you back to Christmas and the pure joy of it. But it's the older ones, not the newer ones. I don't even think they redid It's a Wonderful Life as far as a new version. I know they did Miracle on 34th Street with the new version with Matilda,
Oh
the
yeah.
girl who played Matilda. But
Yeah, I
the
remember.
Natalie Wood one, that's the one you want to watch. That's the one you want to watch. And you, after doing that a couple times, you're going to fall asleep. You need to be in a state of rest, and you need to let your brain connect to something else versus what you create in your mind. And we need the happier things, the happier endings, the things that are surrounding you with love. Simpler times for you to get there because you're so stuck in the present. And the past couple of years for you have been friggin' rough as hell.
That is
But you're
true.
going to get better and you're going to heal. But they're also saying that you've been extremely tired. And it's going to take time. So don't push yourself. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah,
And put
that is.
examples of
Oh,
your work up on. Tag me in a picture.
okay.
Tag me in a picture. Say you're doing like picture restorations for Christmas. And I'll
Okay.
share it. I will share it.
Okay, we'll do.
So that, because that makes you happy. It does. You like doing it. That's a love you found, which is fantastic, which is amazing for you. But It's a Wonderful Life is important for you to watch, and Miracle on 34th Street. And now's the time to do it. I'm pretty sure you could find it on Amazon or Netflix, or even HBO Max. All the old Christmas movies. I actually watched Gone with the Wind. One night I put that on because I just couldn't sleep, and that's like a forever movie. And then I watched another really old movie, which was really cool. I can't remember the name of it now, but I put on these really old movies that were from back in the day. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, how funny. Harley Cat says, no, It's a Wonderful Life. It has not been redone, but it's a wonderful film. Was just mentioning this movie before you live. It's an amazing film with an amazing story, and there's a lot of people right now. It's so relevant. It's a Wonderful Life is so relevant to this world because there's so many people that have worked hard their whole life and got by. And then all of a sudden, the past couple of years, and then worked with their family and their community and did all they could. And all of a sudden, the best people in the world are finding themselves without food, not able to pay for, their basic utilities. They're saying in some states, people are going to have to start making a choice if they're going to pay for their heat or they're going to feed their family. Our country, and this is where I'm only going to get a little political, has enough money to give to everybody else. But people who are struggling because of what happened with the pandemic and inflation and what's going on because of all the political bullshit, are struggling and not able to feed themselves or warm their homes. And it's like, okay, I'm glad we're reaching out and helping people who need our help. But look to your home, look to your own people, because there's people now. So It's a Wonderful Life is important because it's somebody who had a pretty good life. And all of a sudden, they took that chance and put themselves to where they could end up in prison. And their whole life is falling apart, basically. And it goes through the process and shows. I love it too because it's somebody who didn't necessarily believe in the other side. So I'm going to say God, a greater power, spiritualist, whatever you want to say. They're going to use God and angels. Who didn't believe God recognized them, didn't believe they had angels. And all of a sudden, this person learned to commune with somebody on the other side that was sent to save them. So it's understanding in this lifetime with all these people committing suicide, the younger kids committing suicide, the overdoses, the depression, people have lost the ability. They don't have a faith process. And the biggest thing is I've told my children, anybody I work with, give your children a faith process. If you can't talk to me, if you don't have somebody to confide in, you're not alone. You have your angels. You have your grandmother and grandfather. You have people on the other side that will listen to you and will hold you up when you need it. So they have somebody to talk to. Imagine being somebody that wasn't given any faith process at all. I don't care what you believe in, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, God, I don't care if you believe in, if you're a Wiccan and believe in the great power, whatever you resound with, and technically it's all the same damn thing, just by a different name. And we're not going to go into that. You have to give them somebody to talk to when there's nobody, or when they're being bullied and they feel alone, because there is something on the other side. And all of these people don't have a faith process anymore. So when you're feeling alone and frustrated, or you can't tell somebody because you don't want to stress them out more, you know what I'm saying? You can release it to something else and it helps you. So it shows, somebody finding a connection to the other side and finding their faith again and realizing that they matter, that, all they had to do was open up their mouth and the people that they had loved and helped all came to help them. Because right now it's a village. Everybody has to take care of each other. So for the struggles you've had and for how you've struggled and felt alone over the past couple of years with things you've gone through and you've battled through and overcome, and to have another thing happen to you, that's huge. So it's you realizing, it could get pretty bad, but it's going to get better. We're going to work our way through it. So I think that's why It's a Wonderful Life for you is going to resonate so much. And you like old movies.
I do.
You know what I'm
Weirdly though,
saying?
I haven't seen It's a Wonderful Life yet, though.
You've never seen the movie?
Mm-mm.
That's why. Watch the movie. I want you to watch it before you're going to sleep, though. I actually want you to watch the movie because
Okay.
it's one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm in love with that movie. And the first Miracle on 34th Street. But I still believe in Santa Claus, the spirit of him. So
Mm-hmm.
he can put my cane, his cane in my corner by a fireplace anytime. But it's just believing in fairy tales. It's because they're not. Every story, every fairy tale, every legend comes from a shred of truth. So people say, oh, mermaids aren't real. This isn't real. I'm like, hold up. Those things don't just come out of nowhere. It's connected to something. So you may not believe that there's a half human, half fish swimming in the water. Don't discount it. Like I always told my kids, the shimmers on the water, okay? I said, oh, those are mermaids swimming. They're playing. Those are mermaids. The sun's shining off their scale, I used to tell them. When it was cloudy, on a day it was cloudy, I said, it's not a bad day today. Cloudy days are amazing. Rainy days are amazing. And they're like, why? I said, because for a little while, all the angels get a break. And their wings are all spread out. So the sun can't get through. So the angels are having fun right now and they're playing. But the minute you see the sun break through, that's somebody's guardian angel going to rescue their ass. So the sunnier it is, all those angels got a whole bunch of people's backs. You know what I'm saying? And that's something, my kids repeat that. And then I get the people that don't believe in anything. There's no such thing as mermaids. I'm like, you call it what you want. I said, those are mermaid scales in the water. I said, that's my story and sticking to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Find those things to believe in that give you peace. Rest. Even if you're staying awake at night, don't stress about it. Find something else to put your mind's focus on.
Okay.
I want you to do this, and you keep repeating it. I can't tell you how many times I've rerun specific movies. I probably can give you all the words to these movies just because I do it falling asleep. Subliminal messaging. And it's helped me huge because imagine somebody like me at the end of the day trying to go to sleep and everything that I get and the ghost. Oh, I got to tell you, ghost story. The other night, I actually fell asleep. I got woken up out of a dead sleep. And I swear to God, in the corner of my room, bright as day, I saw a figure. And I'm like, holy shit. Because I'm like, what the fuck? And I didn't like the energy of the figure because there was a back of like red. So it's almost, it was a black figure. And then I saw an outline. And I was like, and then it was almost like I saw them and they walked out the door and shut the door. So I went looking, and I like had to sage my house and everything. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like I could have, I turned around. I said, did you just call me? Did you just come in the room? And they were like, no. I'm like, what the hell was that? So I had to sage, but it's like, I didn't like the presence. I didn't like how it felt. And I hadn't seen that where it would actually wake me up out of it. Like something jerked me out of a dead sleep. And I see this thing and the door open in the corner of my room. And then I see them move in front of the door. And then I looked up because when I actually got my bearings, then that's when you can actually get the feel of something and kind of like go to battle. We call it going to war, tapping with the energy. You're not allowed here, that kind of thing. And the damn thing goes through my door and shut my damn door. I'm like, son of a bitch. And the door was closed when I went to bed. I'm like, this is bullshit. I actually fall asleep. And now you got to come and wake me up. I haven't slept in a week. And I'm like, so then to me, I get pissed off. Like, now it's not the time. I actually got to sleep. It's not fair. But it's like, so even me, like they come in and you have to work on removing them. So that I had to actually remove because I didn't like the energy feel. I'm like, you don't belong in my house. I'm like, get out of my damn house. But the house where I live, I found out had been a halfway house
I remember you
a
said that
long
last week.
time
That's
ago.
crazy.
So the upstairs, the attic, there's a room above my bedroom. So when you first come in, like I sage my house, I have crystals everywhere. And just everything is so, with the area now is so ramped up with everything that's going on. And I told my landlady, I'm like, listen, your house got ghosts. And I'm like, and they're coming down through the rafters. And that's when she really said, she's like, well, it was a halfway house. There was a lot of different people with a lot of different issues. I'm like, yeah, and they're all starting to wake up and come bother me now. And she's like, okay. She's like, it's good to know. She's like, but if you ever move out, don't let anybody else like moving in the back, let them know that there's ghosts. Because if there's ghosts in your house, there's going to be ghosts in their house too.
Ooh, yep.
So, all right, cool. So I'm glad I got to talk to you because I haven't had a chance to speak to you. And you haven't, sometimes when you used to need me more, you'd reach out a little bit and you kind of like cocooned. You know, I'm just,
Yeah.
you know, funniest thing. So, you know, I think I had any loves, calls, candles. I have one
Wow.
that was made. I thought they were all. And it was funny because you mentioned it, and I'm like, oh, that's a bummer. I don't have them. And I was sending 2 candles out today, Peace and Protection and Calm and Clarity. I was sending, actually, Nico got them. And then I'm going through, and I was packaging it, and then I pick it up. I'm like, oh, what's this? I'm like, oh, it's Love's Call. I have to tell Jen. I have to tell Jen there's one because I have to remake them. I'm actually going to try to be professional and get what do you call it? Instead of writing it out, get labels done, basic labels done.
Well, if you need help with those.
I know. Well, I actually have a picture that I use. I have my angel picture that I use already that was drawn. So I already have my angel picture, but I do know when I need something like that, I can come to you. All right, cool. I love you here, so I'm kicking you off. Watch those 2 movies, and you got to let me know how it feels. But if you need something or you need a boost in energy or just I'm feeling icky, let me know. I'll zap you.
Okay.
Okay. Don't forget
All right.
you have that ability to do that, okay?
All right.
All right. I'll talk to you soon. Daryl Ann, I have some really cool ones. I have Aphrodite's Fire, which is an amazing scent. I love it. I'm kind of obsessed with that. I have Enter the Sandman, which is an opium-based candle, has opium and some other stuff in it. So I have some really, really cool ones now. I kind of made some other oils and created these candles, and they're really, really cool. And the Calm and Clarity is almost like, it's hard to explain what it is. Harley Cat, I'll get you in 2 seconds. It's hard to explain what the scent is, but Calm and Clarity kind of reminds me of what it would smell like, you know, if you were looking up at the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis. So it's so hard for me. I'm like, it's the Aurora Borealis. It's like holding a labradorite. It's, oh, good, Ashley. I have to talk to somebody else. Don't go anywhere. And then I'm going to finish with bitch slapping you. Because I love you fierce, and I guess it's time. And then it has like driftwood in it, and there's some other scents that are combined with it. So it's really, really cool. So that's actually probably one you would resonate with because of where you're at, to be completely honest. All right. I'm bringing you on, and then I have to do Ashley, and then I'm going to go. And if you guys need to work with me, you can book a session. There you go. Are you coming on? Hi.
I'm here. Hi, quick question. So you can slap whoever you want fast.
All right, what's
How
going
are
on,
you?
sweetie?
Quick question. I'm doing a project, and I think you can help me answer this. If a soul comes back, all right, and they're soulmates, sometimes I know that I've heard you say before that sometimes they can't recognize each other. Is that so? Like one soul sometimes cannot recognize the other soul?
Okay,
And
there's two different things, which I
okay,
do specific work with soulmates and twin flames. They're two completely different things, yet they're similar. And a lot of times people say, "Ooh, I want my twin flame. I want to attract my twin flame." And then if I tap into you and I do the work and be like, okay, they are on the same plane. Or a lot of times you'll find that one soul hangs back so the other one can catch up. Okay.
okay,
It's interesting you're coming on tonight because I had a specific actual message for you earlier today that I was going to nail you with, but I'm like, yeah, but I didn't get a chance to send it. So I'm glad you came on.
okay.
So, and that's because if a twin flame, what a twin flame is, we all have, regardless of what people identify as, we all have a masculine and feminine. We all have a yin and yang.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's the balance. When we are created, okay, when we're at our creation, we are standing in this place, and it's a place that looks empty, and it's not, because nothing from our creation, that's where there's nothing there, because everything is possible. That's when we start our journey. That's where we sign our soul contracts of what we are going to complete in our lifetimes before we get to ascend again. We have certain things you need to do. That's why if somebody does some things in this lifetime that weren't a good thing and they didn't atone for it, guess what? You're coming back, you're living that over. You're going to get your comeuppance. Some get it in this lifetime, some you get in the next. Ash, your grandfather's going to have to relearn a whole bunch of things. If that makes you feel any better, take comfort in that. You're not responsible to give your grandfather his comeuppance. The universe is going to give him their own, just so you know. Okay? But so with the twin flame, then you're separated, the masculine and feminine side. And then you get set on your paths. You each have a job to do. Now, through the lifetimes, you will find that when you have your twin, once you do get to reconnect and you come together in a lifetime or in the same lifetime, you live very similar lives, same amount of kids, that anything that's going on, it's almost a parallel to you. Okay? Now, some people move a little bit quicker than others. Some people are a little bit stubborn. Hi, Arshchik, how are you doing? Some people are a little bit stubborn. Now, I have my Maggie and her hubby. He's been here 36 lifetimes. She's been here 6. She is lucky enough because they're twins. And I've never had the situation where I had twins. But their relationship is so powerful. And because she had very long lifetimes, but she takes a long time to come back. And she was so much further back. He waited for her. So every lifetime that she's had, he picked her. He found her.
Oh, that's
So
sweet.
when I was blessed enough, because they went through a lot of stuff when I first, met them and started working with them. And it was great because I got to do a session with her, and then I did a session with him and them together. And now they have twins, and they're supposed to be having another baby at some point here real soon if they get to it. But it's just an amazing, but they went, and so it's like the universe allowed me to say, wow, this is the most amazing thing because you two are twin flames. This never happens. But it's like, that's your relationship. Or if you watch the show, What Dreams May Come, Robin Williams and his wife in that movie, they were twins. They find each other in every lifetime. Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Now, the thing with the twin flame is you cannot come together with your twin until you've completed all of the work you were meant to do, until you've completed your soul contract. Okay. Your job. Until you've lived your lifetimes, gone through the experience that helped you ascend. Okay. So some people move quicker than others. Okay. So some people, twin flames, they'll recognize each other, or somebody may recognize their twin.
Okay.
And that person is not there yet. So they don't recognize them. Okay. That's really hard for twins to deal with because you may recognize them, but they don't recognize your energy yet. Like they're connected to you, but they don't see you as that. The worst point is where I've had 2 twins recognize each other in the same lifetime. They knew they were twins. One was ready. The other one wasn't yet. So even though they recognized each other and knew who the other was, the other couldn't leave their life, couldn't go there. So that is the most painful experience in the whole world. You do not want to draw a twin in until they're done or they're almost done. You don't want to recognize each other or recognize your twin and have them not recognize you and not be able to be together with them. Because when twins come together, you can either choose to live out the lifetimes you're meant to together, but then nothing else will matter. There won't be any children. Everything you need, you have in each other. Everything else is done. So people want that kind of love and want that kind of energy, but until they do what they're supposed to do, they can't join their twin. So it's a very special union. Or that's when you've gotten all your work done. Instead of staying here, you get to go home. You get to not have to come back again. Some of us have to come back all the time, but then you can come back with your twin and live those lives. So when people say, I want to attract my twin, I go, oh, no, 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 no. I mean, if you really want to do the work, okay, fine, I'll do it with you. I have no problem connecting to twins that are in their spirit world if I can bind the other twin from causing any damage. I'm going to have Chuck on one day because I had to bind his twin because she didn't like the fact that he was married and living a life here and she was in the spirit world. You understand what I'm saying? So she was doing some things. Yeah. So I have no problem because sometimes, like my friend Amy's twin is her guide, stayed to be her guide. She's catching up. You know what I'm saying? So they can assist you. So in the spirit world, I have no problem. On earth, I'm very cautious. I'm like, you're opening up a can of worms and you may find that you are actually going to end up living the rest of your life in pain. Because if it's not time, it's not time. Let things evolve as they're meant to. Worry about living your life the way you're supposed to and evolving so that you can come together sooner. Because the sooner you do what you're supposed to do, the sooner you can be with your twin.
Yeah.
You know, the sooner you eat your dinner, the sooner you're going to get your dessert.
Dessert.
You understand? Soulmates are amazing. You can have a number of soulmates. Soulmates that are your best friend. So soulmates don't completely see a twin flame. I say people have holes in their heart. Okay? When your twin is combined with you. So here's the holes in my heart. When a twin comes by, where you have holes, they don't. So their heart combines back with you because you were separated. You don't have a scarred heart. You become whole again. So everything's better. That's the beautiful of a twin relationship. Soulmates, you can meet your soulmate and you have that heart that has those scars, but they helped heal you, but them scars are still there. You can finish each other's sentences, but there's just the amount of differences that balance each other. So you balance each other, you feel like you complete each other, but you're really not quite completing each other. So you can have a number of soulmates in one lifetime. You can have a best friend who's a soulmate. Your child can come into your world and be your person, you know, connections to people, and you can have a couple of different lovers through your life that have that soulmate energy because you can attract your soulmate. So there's a lot of people that have either gone through divorce or say was with their soulmate and their soulmate passed away. Okay. And then they were able to connect with somebody else that completed them in a different way, even though it was different than the person they were with. So you want the soulmate. But I will tell you this so you don't struggle. You have soulmates in this world, you don't have your twin. Your twin is not on this plane.
So the twin is the actual ultimate.
That's your other half. That is the part that completes you.
A soulmate can be a twin, but a twin is not necessarily...
A soulmate cannot be a twin. A soulmate is a soulmate. Right. Your twin is the other half of your being.
Yeah,
your entire energetic being, let's just put it that way. Okay. You can only have one twin flame, and that takes time to get there. But your soulmate, you can have a couple of different soulmates. So you could have somebody here that you connect with, but I'll still argue with you. You understand what I'm saying? Twin flames don't argue. Twin flames, when it's time for them to come together, they just fit. Okay. Nothing could separate them. Okay. Nothing in the world could separate a twin when it is time for them to join each other. But people get these romantic ideologies. And it's like, no, 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 no. You don't want to be with your twin till it's time, until you've gotten to that point in your life. Soulmates, I'll help you attract them all day long, hands down. more people you have that are connected to you on that energy level, and you can have numerous ones.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? But I'm going to tell you this: your twin flame is not on this plane. And the message, which leads me to the message, you're a couple lifetimes behind your twin flame. You get stuck. This lifetime, you're getting stuck. Everything it starts falling on top of you, and it's like the boxes land on top of you, but you got to figure a way out how to dig out and throw those damn boxes off of you. I was supposed to send you a message earlier today. If you want your life to change how you're looking at it. Change your energy, push through it, no excuses. It means you have to make your life, you the center of your life, above everything else. Plow the path. Get out of your own damn way. It's the only way you're going to find yourself again. The only way. Stop letting the boxes cover you. You know? Find those. I always tell people, I raise my kids this way because I know our life has been tough, but I know how life is. I deal with life in people's lives all the time. I'm like, listen, automatically just assume that life sucks. It's hard. It's not easy. It wasn't made to be easy, but life is beautiful. And the beautiful is in the struggle and what you achieve and what you're capable of. So you may have some times where life is really, really strong, really hard, and you're sad. I'm like, but if you every 6 months don't have like patches of your day or days that are happy, but every 6 months you get 60 seconds of pure bliss. That's 60 seconds of pure bliss. Pure bliss. Not always happy, somebody made me giddy, but pure bliss where your whole being is happy will hold you over for the next 6 months. You know what I'm saying? And I can say that because we've had some really tough times where we didn't have food and I had to friggin', what we had to do. That's how I learned to make bread. It's because I didn't have food to feed my kids. Like we've had some really hard times and their dad dying and all this other stuff that happened to them and the struggles we went through. So they needed to have that to hold on to. 60 seconds of bliss makes all this other bullshit worth it. I'm like, reach that 60 seconds. Imagine in your entire lifetime what that's going to build up to. Because if you raise your kids to believe that everything is going to be perfect and supposed to be perfect, when those bad things happen, it's like, all that struggle is beautiful. It's how you work your way out of it. How are you going to dig yourself out that hole? How are you going to overcome that thing that's been put inside of you, So that's how you ascend. So it's very simplistic. It's really, you're going to have more than 60 seconds of bliss. But it's saying if I get 60 seconds of pure happiness, that can carry me really far when some of those years can be really rough. And let me tell you something. The past year has been pretty rough on you. Past 2 years have pretty much sucked. So be a bulldozer. You're supposed to get out your own way. Get out your own way. Make yourself the center of attention. Do what you need to do to make you happy.
I was actually trying to get characteristics for a character that I was writing. That's what.
So maybe it was help inspire that.
I was writing today. I was trying to get a character, and it hit me, and I was like, I said, I'm going to ask Elena because I said she would make a reel. I didn't come in asking for this, but thank you.
So I gave it to you because I said, but that's a good character. Because then if you're writing about it, part of being able to create something in your life or unlock a door is being able to truly, it's called creative imagination. It's the first side of our magical pyramid within us. You have to have certain sides, okay? And the center has to be based in love. Magic is based in love, not in hate. If it's based in hate, anger, and greed, it's not going to work out. If it's based in love and you get everything. The first thing of your pyramid is creative imagination. And that's being able to really truly imagine something like things you can do is read something in a book. And a lot of people they say read romance novels. They really like to get to the parts where it gets hot and heavy. So they'll see it happening and they don't want to go through the whole meat of it. They just want to get to the ending. No, don't rush to the ending. You need that foundation. You want the build up. So then when you really realize, you put yourself in the story then and imagine yourself in the story. Then when you close that book, then relive that story. You creating a character, if you create that character based off of what I just told you, what you're supposed to do, get out of your own damn way, uncover the boxes, bulldoze through things to give your life the opportunity to grow, for you to evolve and unlock the doors of your abundance. Because I really don't like manifest. You know, I have all these things where I'm like manifesting. I'm like, that means you're waving a magic wand and you're creating something that never existed. I call bullshit to that. We have in us, that's in our DNA. We all have wisdom, ancient wisdom, the lifetimes that we lived, everything, that have answers. And then when we come back into a new lifetime, you got to wake those answers up again. So what I say is you have to drop your ego enough down so you can start connecting to the other side and unlocking those doors of the things that already belong to you in your life. But until you realize they already belong to you, it doesn't have to be given to you. So I like to call it's not manifesting. I said, we just need to unlock them doors. You already got it. Now all you got to do is unlock the door and let it out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So unlock those doors. I mean, that's actually would make an amazing book, totally changing your attitude to how you live your life and basically saying you either keep up or step off. You know, I'm going to find my way through, even if that means I got to let go of you. Okay. And then the journey of unlocking the doors of things that already belong to you. You can do that at any point in your life. You could be somebody that had the roughest life and all of a sudden, 80 years old, you find the love of your life, you're comfortable, everything's good, there's no issues. Now, you may die 2 years later, but you got that 2 years of absolute brilliance. You know what I'm saying? So you're never too old.
I say forget it at that time. But
if you write about that character and you bring that character to life, you can make that character a hologram of what you're trying to do. So it actually, in a way, can become an autobiography.
Because when you were talking to Jen and you were talking about that, the movie that you were telling her about,
It's a Wonderful Life. Oh my God, yeah.
Right.
They said, you've got to watch It's a Wonderful Life. She likes old movies. It's a Wonderful Life. And then I took it and I'm like, no, you haven't. You have to watch it. It relates to everything in your world right now.
Yeah, and if she likes old movies, she should watch like a Holiday Inn, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love old movies, and as a kid, like I used to sneak.
Oh,
My mom
I love
thought I
White
was
Christmas.
sleeping.
I love White Christmas with Bing Crosby and Danny and all that. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, because Mom used to. I'm sorry, I was going to say, Mom used to think I was sleeping, and I'd be up.
Yeah, and the great
and I'd be
thing,
watching them.
what I love about old movies is those are legitimate performers. Those voices, those are their real voices. Their ability to dance. There was no auto-tuning. They weren't, technology didn't. So those people were that talented.
Yeah, no editing.
That they had these amazing voices, and you're like, oh my God. So many people anybody can become a singer now if you can carry a tone like you're not tone deaf, and they can auto-tune you. You just can't perform. You just can't perform live. That's all. But how many people actually perform live, especially like the club singers? A lot of them don't go live. When they do, it's a disaster. Look what happened with Milli Vanilli.
And they were ahead of their time.
Everybody thought that they were amazing. They could barely speak English, and they're like, they were lip syncing, and it was a travesty. It just was one of the biggest scandals. When I was growing up is when Milli Vanilli was found out that they really didn't sing. So they took the look, the body, the feel, and put somebody else's voice to it.
Look at everybody doing now. Everybody's doing a Milli Vanilli or whatever.
Yeah.
Those poor guys.
Milli Vanilli is common now. I mean, it's common now. But
today, when I went into the bookstore, I was just thinking about a Christmas movie. I was thinking something, and I said, you know what? I'm going to go into that bookstore anyway. And as I go in there, I had like this. Then there was like this Christmas display, and I had this epiphany, and I picked up this book, and I said, this is the Christmas movie. And then all these titles kept on popping up, and then I saw this couple and going back in time and present in time, and I started thinking things. It was based on 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. But I love that play and that poem. But the book was based on the history of it and everything. And then in front of me pops up another book, and it says true love.
Yeah.
And then I put it down, and it's like the magic, and I'm seeing like pieces, and I'm saying this is like the story. But then I said, what if we did time travel? And what if there was like a soulmate? And I said, but I want it to be just right. And I said, you know who? I said, I'm going on tonight, and I'm asking Elena.
So answer the question without you asking.
Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, just like your
But
father in the sequel to a Christmas story, Ralphie's coming back.
Oh man.
All right, cool. I'm going to kick you off because I got to talk to Ashley.
Yeah, go ahead. Go slap. Anyway, bye guys. Thank you.
I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay,
Almost done.
go off like as always. How do I get off?
You have to exit.
Yeah. Oh God.
Ashley.
Okay, hang on.
All right, click off. You're my last victim, Ashley. You're my victim today. Where is she? Can you come live or no? Ashley, can you come live? Or are you in bed again sleeping? I've gotten you in the bathtub. We've gotten you in every place. You declined me. Hi, Bruno. How are you? Ashley, I got to bitch slap you. Okay. You're in bed. Well, I can't believe you're not going live. Do you want to be bitch slapped, or am I bitch slapping you in private, Ashley? You got to get over what's going on with your grandfather. Andrew is sleeping next to me. Okay, you got your headset in? I know you've been struggling because this is your first year without your grandmother. Your grandmother, when I tap into says, don't be offended with him. It's his nature. You already knew when your grandma was alive. You guys knew your grandfather's nature and what was going on. And I don't know, am I supposed to share this live or no? You have to let me know because it's a little bit more private, but it's not because you've been really public about it. But I don't want to, but it's important because this is another key of you being able to move forward with your family. Okay. You know, I know how loyal you are because I am the same way, and I know how protective. We already knew, and your grandmother had known, that your grandfather saw other women when they were married. He was in other relationships. And it's almost like they came to an agreement, which was between them, and everybody else knew. And he's being so passive and rude because he doesn't care. He's selfish. He's always been more about, and this is the mantle he has to bear in this lifetime for the things, because your grandmother allowed a lot of things for very different reasons, which we've already talked about. Your grandmother is free of him now. You know, she's in the spirit world. Her most important thing is for you to focus on your life and create your family. Why would you think, and this is a direct question from your grandmother, why do you think he would change his nature once I'm gone when he wasn't capable of doing it when I was here? The difference is now he doesn't have to keep it on the side, even though everybody knew about it, because I'm not here anymore. Yep, she's right. Thank you. So that's directly for your grandmother. So for you to hold on to the anger, the universe is going to handle it. He has a lot of things that everybody gets their comeuppance, sweetheart. So he has a lot of things that he's going to have to answer to. So for your grandmother, she says, why are you wasting any energy? Take it for what it is. Let him come to your wedding. You know, don't expect a big gift, but you're going to get something, because she says it's not like he's going to, you know. You had to see what she had to deal with it now, but it doesn't matter anymore. You have your life. You're not responsible for him. And remember, she came through when all this stuff was happening after she passed away and he was with this woman. She's like, you know, that was natural. You know he can't be alone. Your grandfather, it's impossible for him to be alone. Now, I'm going to explain this to you. Your grandfather loves you. He does. So don't ever think that he doesn't love you, but he is very self-centered and he's older and he can't be alone. He needs somebody else to take care of him. You know, and that's why I was kind of, you know, I said, you need to go find what you need to go find. You were thinking of not inviting him. So when you say that, okay, so now we have direct grandma. Why would you even think that? Why would you make something about such a joyous event so negative? You know, you can set the boundary, say, listen, grandma's not here. I'm not going to tell you. So you do have the ability to do this. I'm not going to tell you you can't bring a guest with you,
but I'm going to tell you that it would be better since Grandma can't be here, okay? Yeah, but the damage wasn't to you, the damage was to her. It had nothing to do with you, sweetheart. And that's what you have to learn to forgive. You have to let go. He's going to have to suffer his own consequences. But your grandmother doesn't want you to put any type of negativity onto an event you've been waiting for your whole life. Because your grandfather does love you, but he's very self-centered and he's very selfish and he's very old. And your grandmother took care of him. And she kind of made it okay for his behavior and what he did. So she kind of allowed it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So she's right. Now the thing is you have to work on your human side because you're human right now and you love your grandmother, and because the fact that your grandfather moved so quickly, but this woman was already there. She wasn't new. She just was a lady in waiting. Okay? So when the queen crossed over, that was her time. But look how old he is now. Look where he's at. He needs taken care of. And you don't need anything from him. You don't need anything from your grandfather. You are successful. You have a life. You have to get over the anger. You have to learn to forgive. He's got to work it out. Now, and you try to listen to her head, but then you get angry. You can't get angry. She said he's not worth that energy. You can say you're invited, but because grandma's not here, I would prefer if you came alone. And then he'll have a choice. So it'll be his choice whether he comes or not. It's not going to be you saying you're not invited. You're invited, but because grandma's not here, and because of how close we were to her. So you can make that request, and then it'll be up to your grandfather to choose. You wouldn't have said, no, I'm telling you how to live your life. I don't like how you live your life. And you have to learn how to forgive and let go. Otherwise, you're going to hold on to all this anger, and when you get angry, Ash, you get really angry. You get really stubborn, and it affects every part of your being. So you need to let go of it. Your grandma was a smart lady. She was a God-fearing woman. She loved her family. I already told you you're supposed to do the dog training stuff. I already thought you had enough land. And listen, there's a specific way you're supposed to be doing that training and how you charge them, because you're not going to be very specific how you do it. We're going to have to do a whole business plan for that, but we already had started doing that, which is good. That's okay. You can get more land. You're going to have to start a whole little compound for anybody, everything, if things keep going the way they're going. You know what I'm saying? But you understand it would be better if you were alive, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Don't let any anger be in your heart. You can be hurt because you loved her so much, but you all knew how he was. And your grandmother accepted it and allowed it for specific reasons. It's amazing that in this market you can get that land, Ashley. Look how good you're doing. So you don't even, because I know you're upset about what he was giving this lady, but you don't need his money. You don't need none of it. You and Andrew have your abundance. You did things the right way, Yeah, she's right, and I do see and understand. And it's so important because you got to let it go. So it's really important for you to let go of that and just be joyous. Invite your grandfather. Just say it of respect for your grandmother because you loved her so much. You're not disrespecting his new person, but it's really something that you would feel more comfortable if he was there and you could just celebrate the day with him. If he can't handle that, honey, your baby is going to follow up your wedding, sweetheart. So I'm going to give you that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, even with that, you need to make sure, and I've told you this before, you need to go to the doctor, making sure that your everything is okay with your hormones and everything like that, and you need to make sure that all your ducks are in a row. Okay? So you just got to make sure, prepare your body to bake that baby. But I've been telling you that for how long now? Right? But I think you're in a better place now where you live now. and how your life went, I think it created the space and the energy for you to do that. When it comes time, I will do the journeys with you that actually prepare your womb for getting pregnant. For a lot of people that I do sessions that have had miscarriages or went through and ended a pregnancy, that actually can help heal their womb and empower them again. But it gets you to the point. I've worked with a lot of people who have to go through IVF and suffered miscarriages and things like that. So we can do specific sessions to prepare for that. And there's people I've done it with. So I could actually, for people who've had miscarriages or had to let go of a pregnancy, I can actually have you connect with the spirit of the child you had or you had to let go of for whatever reason. And to understand that all the love that is actually there. It's huge in the healing. So being able to connect and see that is a pretty amazing thing. And I've actually had people that have done it, so you actually can talk to people who've experienced it. So you kind of have an idea. Okay. All right, Ash. So God willing, it's already going to happen, but you had to do things in the right order. Like your grandmother said, can't put the cart before the horse. So now you're doing it the right way. So your grandmother has a huge hand in this. Okay, so did I answer your question? I'm glad you came back on. So I was kind of really nice about it without, getting into a battle with you, but you were very open and listening. You're not as argumentative, Ash. That's actually an amazing thing. Like, I have to actually prepare myself to go into battle with you. I do that, right? I do that. Some of you guys can be so stubborn, or you fight me because you want a different answer. You want it your way. So a lot of times, I know therapy's been helping you, sweetheart. A lot of times, I have to brace myself. I have to, it's like going into battle. And sometimes with Ashley, because of how intensely she feels things, I'm like, all right, Ash, are you ready for me to bitch slap you? Do I really have to go there? It's like I have to prepare, because with Ashley, she's such a huge part of me because of the work I've done with her, and she's part of my family. You guys are actually part of my family. When I work with you, you're my soul family, and I've worked with her enough, and her sister, and I got to talk to her grandmother, and all the things that I did that it matters to me. So it's like I don't want to say something that's going to hurt her feelings. So for a while there, I kind of said, Ash, I'm not answering your questions. I'm not even feeding into this. You're not listening to me. Keep getting in your own way. You keep projecting. Like, I wouldn't even answer a question. I said, I'm not doing it. Nope. Like, I had to, because it had to get to the point where she released the energy and opened up a little bit. So then now I'm to the point where she got it. She understood. She created the flow. Things are happening the way they're supposed to be. But even now, I don't want to ever hurt her feelings. But she's so stubborn by certain things. She needs to worry about her circus, her monkeys, her Andrew, her nephew, her sister, her mom, her dad. Remembering and handling herself with the elegance and the faith that her grandmother lived her life. Her grandmother had great faith. And not allowing any evil or negativity to touch her life, because you weren't meant to have that. Some people in our family, we give them a hug, and then when they get on our nerves, I love you, but I gotta go. So, Grandpa, I love you, but I gotta go. You handle your own stuff. You made your bed. You found somebody to take care of you. I'm not going to say I agree with it, but I'm not going to condemn you, because Grandma says that's your own thing. Not to waste my energy on it. So, so sometimes I do have to go into battle with you guys. I have to prepare. I have to prepare and go, okay, here we go. All right, Ash, should I help you a little bit? I'm glad we had the little break, because I had gotten such a message from your grandmother before, where it would have come out so aggressive. And you know how aggressive, because then, of course, I hear your grandmother and I know your energy. So I know that sometimes you and I have to go chest to chest. And that's not what you need right now, is chest to chest. You need just to be given insight so that you can figure out and see the answers for yourself. So I will come up with the thing about forgiveness and letting go. And then I will advertise that, and I will work on the days that are best for you, so I can advertise that journey so that it's really being done for you, but other people have the ability to participate, because a lot of us right now have to figure out how to forgive and let go so that we're able to move forward and find a little bit of peace and happiness. All right, cool. All right. So, I love you all fierce, but I gotta go. I do. So, if you want to book any sessions, just, you can direct message me, and we'll get the sessions booked, or you go up to the website, www.oneheartonespirit.com, and, we'll get done what you need. But right now, it's really important. If you guys want to be able to work through what's going on in this world right now, your life is waiting for you if you get out of your own way, okay? Legitimately change your energy, change your life. If you look at the world negative, grumbling all the time, woe is me, life sucks, how am I going to make my way through this or that, and you allow yourself to get stuck, you're going to get stuck and you're not going to move forward. And then things are going to compound. But if you turn around and say, you know what, things suck right now and it's really hard, I'm going to find my way through. I believe that it's going to get better. So just by changing your energy opens up the doors to your possibilities for you to see a path of how to get yourself out of trouble, or how to get yourself to find the job you're meant to, or where you're supposed to be, or be able to connect with the person you're meant to be connected with. But if you don't have that attitude, it's never going to get better with you. And do remember that if you put down your ego and you're quiet, you can connect with somebody that's past, that's with you. And maybe you were a little bit too stubborn to hear him before, or maybe you were focusing on all the things that were loud in your life, and you never took the time to be silent and listen. So put yourself in a position where you can receive and hear when you speak to them, because they're there, just waiting for you to find the way to connect to them, which also sessions will help with. But, you can do it. Everybody has the ability to connect with people who've passed. And they're with you. You just have to open up the door for them to come in. Okay? But I love you guys fierce. I have got to go because it's been a couple hours. But pretty sure at some point tomorrow I'm doing the full moon live, because this is a pretty fierce moon. Tomorrow's a full moon. It's a full lunar eclipse, and it is a blood moon. So there's a lot going on, especially right before the end of the year, which is fun. And it kind of goes on with, you're welcome, Harley, anytime. It kind of goes with what the energy is, because tomorrow's going to be a bitch, guys. Try not to get angry. Try not to yell at each other, Just got to find a way to get through it. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Good night.